Welcome, everyone, to the Unified Collegiate League 2024 Fall Valorant Premier Playoffs Week 1 of playoffs, I guess. I don't know what week we're in of the season, but we're in week 1 of playoffs. My name is Mechatronic. I'm here with Llama. I had to take a breather in between saying that. There's a lot of words.
It's going to be a good one, though. I mean, you said it. It's week number 1. We got double elimination going on here in the playoffs. So no matter what, both these two teams and all the teams here today in this first week will have that secondary life. But for both these two teams playing, unfortunately for them, if they win this one, they have to go up against the number 1 seed.
Yeah, so you can see the bracket right here. Tonight we will be watching Radford University against Bryant and Strat at College. This would be the matchup between the 4th and the 5th seed, Radford being the 4th. The Bobcats being the 5th. The winner of this goes to play the undefeated 6-0 Columbia College, who we've seen on their stream twice this year and have looked very good, I think we'll put it.
Yeah.
Down in the lower set of the bracket, not the lower bracket, just the lower half of this bracket. The Harrisburg University Storm take on the Mount St. Mary University. In the other match tonight, the Penn State Blue Briarcliff match is already over. I believe it was a FF for Briarcliff. So Penn State University will be playing the winner of Harrisburg University Storm against Mount St. Mary's. We'll keep you updated on that other game score as we, get scores.
Keep that updates coming to you. And of course, with that forfeit, it does mean they still have that secondary life, like we said, with the double elimination. But hate to see the forfeit in the first round. Hopefully, they can bounce back in the future. But this is technically the closest matchup we have in seeding for all of this week. Number 1, number 4, number 5. And honestly, best of 3 is even more exciting. You got to play super consistent. Excuse me.
No, you absolutely do. I'm excited to see this match. So, Radford's beaten some decent teams. They took a map against HU Storm, who were the second best team. It has felt like while watching Valorant this season so far that it's been Columbia College and Harrisburg University top of the table, and it feels like after that there's kind of this drop, right? Penn State, I believe, lost to both of them. Harrisburg's only loss is to Columbia College, and that was a 2-1 game that honestly could have gone either way after a bit. So it feels like once we get into this best of the rest, we'll say, where we start with Penn State, go to Radford, the Bobcats, there's a lot of really good teams in here, a lot of really good players in here. And I think on any given day, any of these teams could actually show up and get a win over each other.
And that's the biggest thing, right? We talk about regular season and the standings going into it. It's all about playoffs now. You win a series, you pull out the best of 3, any given whatever day of the week, insert Friday here. That's where we're playing or Thursday, playing our Valorant here. But if you step up in the best of 3, if you've prepared more than the other team and specifically playing those best of 3s all season long, kind of lets you experiment with your map pool to see what you are strongest on. And because there are 6 game footages on everybody else, you might know their weaknesses too.
I want to know an important bit here is that these teams actually played each other 20 days ago. So on October the 4th, these teams met in the 4th round of round robin. This was a 2-0 from Radford University, both maps being 13-4. You look at the charts, at the graphs for all of the stuff. Radford was just better on every single possibility. Over both maps, they had 21 spike plants. Right. So assuming that they had all 26 rounds, that means they planted it 21 out of 26 times, which is a ridiculous number of times to actually get the spike down. So with that and looking at this, I feel like we should be looking to see Radford kind of come out to the same kind of pace that they came out to in that game before, right? It's 2-13-4 wins. I understand we're starting to hit playoffs, give them another 2 round, but I wouldn't be surprised looking at their prior games, looking at how Radford kind of finished their season out, to see like 2-13-6s. I think a huge win here would be for the Bobcats to go to a third map, to take a map and be competitive in that third map.
And obviously, maybe if you take one, maybe can snowball it towards another. And I'm a big League of Legends guy. I always think of like League of Legends playoffs. It's hard to beat a team so many times over and over and over. It's what Cloud9 always struggles with, the dangers of being a Cloud9 fan. But that's a conversation for another time. And honestly, if you're able to really come out swinging, bring some surprises, you've played them, you
Yeah.
know what doesn't work. You've had some wins throughout the season, you know what composition you're most comfortable on. But honestly, this might be the time to throw a curveball either in your composition or in that map selection.
It's going to be a huge thing here. I do not believe that we have maps yet. We definitely do not have players
Yeah.
yet. I believe our lobbies are being filled as we speak. So hoping to get some more information on that. But until then, let's talk about the Bobcats a little bit. We haven't given them a huge amount of love. They've played through this entire season. They have definitely put up some maps against some good teams, right? They put up a map against Penn State. They were able to beat Mount St. Mary's. They were able to beat Briarcliff. Those are the two teams that are really below them in the standings. So it does seem to be that they are roughly properly ranked, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it has been a little bit more difficult for them to get wins, though they were one of the few people to take a map win off of Columbia College, who have just been the best team um,
Yeah.
so far in Valorant. We currently have two of the players in the lobby, so we're gonna be here for a little bit longer. So I Columbia College lost 3 maps this entire season, and one of them was to the Bobcats. So if they could kind of get some of that magic back that they got from that match against Columbia College, happened about a week ago, I'm really looking forward to see what they can do. But I think let's have our expectations set in the correct manner.
Yeah, I think setting them towards that correct manner is good, but also I think for some of these players, as me, a player that did get to play some Apex Legends all throughout Collegiate, the experience is really something amazing here too. That maybe you have some of those younger players. I know that when you don't have that experience either in the playoff stage or later in towards the land stage, it can be a little bit tough when those lights are on you. So to just get some games under your belt, to know there are gonna be more seasons, there are gonna be more chances for us to take the wins, and we've even got that lower bracket in case we lose, is a lot of weight off the shoulders, I feel like.
Okay, so that could totally, absolutely be a lie, by the way. I'm looking right now with the proof, and I do not see any proof that the Bobcats won a game.
Okay.
And then I also am noting that the game it says they won was game 3,
Oh,
which would have had to mean that they would have won
did go to
game
game
1 or
three.
2
Yeah.
beforehand. So a little sure of that, a little unsure there. Either way, it will be a fun map tonight of Valorant. Um, do we have any other important things to note on beforehand? Oh, you know what we can note on?
Yeah.
Today is Thursday.
Yes.
Normally, on any given week, Unified is streaming some sort of collegiate something every day of the week. And you can catch us on Monday with Overwatch 2, on Tuesday with Rocket League, Wednesday with myself on League of Legends.
Ooh.
And if you don't want to hear me, don't tune in on Wednesday. Thursday with Valorant, which is why you're here tonight. And then tomorrow night, we end the week with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Crew Battles. So if you're interested in collegiate esports, you can tune in any given night of the week, other than this week because we start playoffs and a little weird. But
Yeah.
every other week, you can tune in at the start of the week to catch some collegiate esports.
Yeah, I was sad I didn't get to cover the Overwatch playoffs on Monday, but I'll be back. I'll be back for those following Overwatch playoffs. They're going to be a ton of fun. And obviously, if you aren't following here on the Unified channel, that's the best way to do it. Turn on those post notifications. Most followers don't, so you can be ready every single time we go live, maybe in case there's a pop-up stream or a LAN we're doing sometime or other, just to be notified.
Yeah, exactly. I'm running out of things that we had to talk about before. And so, because of that, we're going to jump to a quick break. We're going to let the players get into their lobby. We'll be back when we hit map select and agent select in the first map of tonight's series of Radford University against the Bobcats. Well, I'm sure happy you followed the instructions on screen and didn't go anywhere because we're here still and the teams are here and we have map picks, which means we should be in agent selection any minute now. Let's talk about maps. Radford University picked Haven to start us off. The Bobcats picked Bind in the second map, and the third map, if needed, is Ascent. We've seen a lot of Haven here in the Unified Collegiate League Fall Premier Valorant. I'm very excited to see how these folks play Haven.
I am too. I think it's one of those. It's a good tester map. I feel like for the entirety of the series, it's not like a sunset or something crazy like a Lotus, but we got three pretty regular maps that have been in the pool for a while that teams definitely do know. So their strategies should be pretty refined. It looks like we were originally going a little bit different in terms of comp, but then we veered back a little bit with those Sovamirs. So we'll have to see. The only big difference is the KJ and the Cypher right now.
I'm a little concerned about Cypher. We've seen a lot of Killjoy on this map, and it's been fairly good as we've gone through, so it doesn't feel that bad. Like the breach pick on both. The Sova, if gets locked, is just a really good standard pick. I mean, both these picks have been very good, and we'll get everything locked in. Number 2 was the carry last week when we watched Radford play. We'll see if they can do anything more about it this week. See if they can keep going, keep the same pace.
Gotta do some damage here early. I will have to say, that you talk about the Sova, it's nice to also counter the lockdown as well. So we'll have to see if Shu can get that lockdown up before that Hunter's Fury can get up on the other side. But yeah, Cypher is going to be, I think, the big question here.
I don't know if you saw it as we were loading into the game, but the entire Bobcat, Bryant, Stratton side had vaguely matching Halloween horse profile photos. That was a good vibe. It's a good vibe for us to load in.
Love it.
Alrighty, let's see how this goes from this point on. We're going to see a little bit of buy-in, just pistols as per usual. Some chat about making sure servers are good. Number 2-bit just making sure that his team's ready to go. I would like to note that we do have 2 players in this lobby with 2 in the name. We have 2-bit and number 2, and both are playing Jets. So if you weren't confused before, there you go. So we're back to site. It's going to be a nice little dash in from 2-bit. Looking to see if he can grab anyone. Does grab Shu. Back to site. Won't be able to find much more for right now. Paranoid comes through. Zoinks and Miro each have a kill in a certain way, and Sandy's got 2 back, and Falf's got 1 to follow. So 3v1 now. Brian Staten favored.
They're just leaving.
Yeah, they're playing down this long area.
Playing safe.
It is a 1v3 after all. Flashpoint from the breach. We'll make sure. Arrow in both directions. Zoinks will grab the kill on Tenedy, and we start the match off with a Bryant and Stratton pistol round win.
Not too bad. I thought it was going to be a little bit rough after that initial trade on the seaside, but the reinforcements were a little bit late from Radford, so taking the pistol, feeling good. They'll invest here in towards this bonus, but also making sure their strategies are down. Even in a pistol, making sure they can back up safely, get back to the team. You talked about the C-long play, sending 2 in towards the cubby and 1 in towards the longer version. So Brian Stratton will get the bonus economics here in the second round.
Will be a good spam if he can get it on this Guardian. They're waiting for him to come through. Pinged, and that's it. They walk away, move on. They group up and go down A long here, but you see that Radford's being very aggressive here. They will see a trip here in a moment. Let's see if they can get into sight. Cloud will come through. Still looking for people to shoot. Shu will be the first person found, but Insanity number 2 each have their own. Miro and Falf finish off this round, turning into yet another 1v3. Arfi is on the flank. Could pick up the Stinger, maybe able to get just 1 kill here for Falf. Will pick up a Vandal. Could do some damage with this, but with just 30 HP and Paranoid now about every single place. The aftershock coming through will not be anything for Arfi to do. 2 rounds up for BNS.
I like the plan, though, from Radford. I mean, this is one of the maps where you can get those quick wraps through mid. They do the plan, they execute it, and if they had better economics, could have possibly worked out. And they still take down 3, so it's only going to be a few weapons going to be taken from BSC here in towards this round number 3. But realistically, you talk about how spread that was in the last matchup between these two. It feels like Radford, this is definitely a must-win round.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at a Valorant game here, you expect whoever wins the pistol to win the second round, and the opposite team to win the third. So right here should, according to Valorant lore, be a Radford University win here. We do see Vandals being brought up on everyone. 2-Bit will be the first person to site, trying to see anything. Can't find anything. Does find 3 as they walk out. Insanity's got the first onto 2-Bit. Milano's got a trade onto Insanity. Shoot with one back. Milano with another, and Miro with a sheriff shot on to Shu. A 3v2 as we enter the post plant. Miro going to put the spike down in default.
There's a flank coming, though.
Hopefully something here. Couple shots from Zoinks. Scooby will not get hit over there in the corner. One shot from number 2 will take one out. Can't find a second.
Revealing area.
Know where Tenedy is. Recon bolt will get put out, but there won't be any connection on that as Miro takes it out. Teleports just away. 2 line up, and Tenedy's able to grab both of them. Well, Radford won the round, but I don't think it was in a way that any of us thought they were going to.
They shouldn't have. They really shouldn't have. I mean, it's going to be the clutch for them. They'll get there first, but I got to give some credit to the paranoia and the smokes of BSC's Omen. In Miro has the ultimate up and available. Just blinded basically the whole entire Radford crew in the back line, and they had the rest of the team swing on through. So damage is done. Sure, Radford will get there first, but they're going to be kind of crippled here into this round number 4.
I mean, you watch a number 2 walk through the smoke. He couldn't see anything for so long. Caught him between 3 different smokes. He walks out, finds 3 instantly. He saw too much, had to get taken out. We'll start our 4th round here. There is a buy over on the Radford side. The money will be a little tighter on the BNS side, but it won't be terrible to any degree. Will be rifles throughout on both teams.
Spike pickup after the early default. They've also smoked off window here to try and push the issue through garage. This kind of crossfire through C-Long and garage can get pretty dangerous, but not fully biting on it just yet as that smoke's going to fade here soon. They back up to mid.
Yeah, so Insanity's now locked into this window position. Can't move forward if he wants to. But it looks like they're trying to poke and prod a little bit on B. He will just be able to walk out. No one was there to punish. If anyone was sitting in the corner there. Number 2's got a very aggressive position now in sewers. Looks like that aggressive position may come to fruition here as BNS look to be pushing down A. He won't get spotted by that drone either. Dash will get activated just in case he finds one, but Milano will find him first. Kill onto number 2 down into sewers, and that activates the rest of BNS. They're going to start going on this A site quickly.
30 seconds left.
Right in the middle of the site already. Insanity and Shu both have kills of their own, trying to take down 2-Bit and company. Milano has been the starter for this team on every single round of these. He's got another kill, and Zoinks has one as well. 2v3. BNS have had the advantage in every single post plant. One of them has been won by Radford in a miracle play. When they get anything else done here, they won't be able to. Miro and Zoinks finish it out. Bryant and Strat up 3-1.
Honestly, a pretty interesting round where for Bryant and Stratton, they were able to get so much space through garage. You talked about how Insanity was kind of trapped in that window position, and then they just, okay, let's back up. If that player in sewer gets, 1 or even 2 kills, the round is probably over. But for Radford, because they did invest towards that round, what money they had left, they're going to be reduced to pistols. No ultimates except the Hunter's Fury up and available for them, and there's 2 on the other side.
Concussing.
Couple shots early, but it will be Radford kind of grouped up on the extremities here. No one was seen. Miro does just walk through the smoke and grab Arfi and Shu.
Shadows traveling.
Both just walked through the smoke there. The Owl Drone didn't spot him, but
I know
Miro was on guard in the right place. Neural Theft goes out early now, and they'll know all 3 are coming from defense spawn. Zoinks at low health already. Miro at the same. They're just going to try and see if they can take a couple of picks here. someone with a little bit more health. 2-Bit trying to run away. Does able to get away for a second. Tendity's got 2. Falf's got 1 back onto him. Miro has the trade back onto Tenity. And so quickly this round, which looked so good for Radford for a minute there, turned into nothingness.
Falling apart there on the defensive pieces of the C site. And one of the biggest things was they didn't really have the economies. So they stacked 3-2. The 2 with the Killjoy was on C, but the over-aggression got punished. A nice set of early kills for BSC. And of course, for the Bobcats, that's going to give them 4. They're playing so well together, too. And they make a decision to go to a site. It's very snap. It's very quickly. And that's the definition of a championship team, is one that can make quick decisions.
Starting to make quick decisions. Can Radford University make any adaptations? Tenity will grab the first shot onto 2-Bit. That's your duelist gone. Question is, what more can they do without a duelist here? Insanity will get spotted. We'll have to retreat from this mid-window situation. Aftershock will come through. Won't stop anyone. Insanity gets back to safety.
Right there.
Some extra smoke's going to be dropped here. Blocking off window. Falf is going to get some information to just trade out to the team and waste away the paranoia. They can't actually capitalize on this for Radford, and with Milano able to pick up 1 more, it's still a 4-4 count.
Flash out.
Milano's just walking into the site. Tenity's in the back. Will spot Milano. A couple shots in each direction. Smoke out now will help the rest of Bryant and Strat jump into the site. Just going to run straight forward here, put the spike down. Will be a 4-on-4 retake, but the Hunter's Fury will come out now. Will stop Miro from getting a plant in. A couple seconds delayed. Kill in either direction. Both teams.
30 seconds left.
From the shadows going to be used. Go right over to C. And you see that the Cypher from Bryant Stratton has pushed so deep into defender-sided spawn. They know no one is rotating yet, other than the 2 members in B, and they were not being particularly quiet a minute ago. Kennedy did spot Falf there. So he does have a kill already. They're looking for Falf. They're looking at the right place. Can Shu grab this kill?
1 enemy remaining.
No, doesn't check deep enough. Falf will take it. Shu goes down. Insanity's the last one alive. For Radford College, we've seen 1v3 clutch. Can he do anything more here? That smoke, one way. Just down for long. Miro's down there, ready to spot it. Cannot get a tap. Can't hit a single shot, and every shot's getting hit onto him. Zoinks will take Insanity out. Bryant and Stratton to a 5-1 lead.
Zoinks gets themselves a 3K as the spike is going to go boom here, and we are going to get our first timeout here from Radford. And honestly, it felt like kind of a winnable round for them. There's 3v3. The From the Shadows is invested, and it's all the way over to C with 2 members still lingering around A. Didn't check deep enough, as you mentioned, for the clearance, and of course left one of their teammates kind of in that isolation play. So Radford has been playing a little bit disconnected, where we talked about for the Bobcats, just playing off each other, making sure every time they can get into sight, their play calls very, very quick as well. After that Hunter's Fury's invested, like, why do we need to commit here on the A site when we know one of the others is probably free?
It's becoming a little difficult right now. Radford's site selection has been choose a site, go there, and then keep going there. They're doing this little default early. They're picking a site, and there's no second guessing, no decision making past that point. They are certain of that site. They're holding to it. At one point, it will work. I will note that at one point it will work.
Maybe.
That point has not been yet.
At least they've got 2 ultimates to work with. They've got the Blade Storm. That can be something that can kind of revive your economy too, if it is something where you don't have the money to purchase into. But you're talking about here on a 3-site map, it really does go to the offense and how creative they can get. But you lose a couple more rounds and Radford might not even have the rounds to battle back on attack.
May not be able to have anything here. Number 2 is able to get one onto Falf through the smoke. It's going to be a good start for the round for Radford. They've got a kill already, but this Blade Storm's got to get a little bit more for them to do a huge amount more here. This Jet is just going to have this classic. Will jump away, will get out, but no more knives left. 2-Bit turns around with their own knives, grabs a kill of their own. Jet on Jet action means that RP's got one here, giving the advantage to Radford. Quickly gets eradicated by Milano's kill. Again, we are left in a 3v3 retake in favor right now of Bryant and Stratton College.
AJ's still alive, though.
KJ
a nice
is still
smoke.
alive. KJ's still alive, and it looks like Radford University is just going to get the site. Bryant's trying to want to play down
ahead.
long, play in cubby. Want to make sure that nothing gets behind
Deploying
them. Owl
drone.
drone will go out. We need to start finding
One
people.
enemy remaining.
Okay, Miro. That. Okay. So Miro gets cleared from cubby, and you'd expect the rest of Radford to be looking at cubby to get Miro as he leaves, but Miro gets 2 kills.
Yep. Just kind of goes crazy. First player in the lobby to hit double digits, and honestly, it is a little bit tough. I do give some credit to Radford. They were only on some sheriffs, not really the eco you wanted to see. So to be able to at least get a few is nice, but also that timeout was called when they didn't have the funds to invest. Now they don't have the Blade Storm. The good news that we were watching out for, though, is the lockdown. It's up and available, and the Hunter's Fury is far from there.
Operator is going to be the first thing that's really been bought in for number 2 and Radford University in the 7 rounds, right? They've had a couple of rifles in a couple places. Won't be able to hit that shot down long. Hey, they do hear them. They're still coming here.
Cover going out.
And use Breach ultimate. Milano will get 1, will get 2. Arfi and number 2 both gone down. That's the operator down already. 2-Bit's got another. They're just waltzing into the site. There's nothing that Radford University can do.
Look at the space they've taken as well. I mean, Milano in a tough position to clear out. The
One
smokes are
enemy
just so
remaining.
good, and Milano was
There's
the
no-
one to start it on a 3K.
Yeah, doesn't know about the last one there. Shu will take Milano out, but it's a hope and a prayer at best here. Shu's already being shot at through the smoke. 2-Bit will take it without even seeing him. This is looking quite dominant for Bryant and Strat College.
They're looking good. And honestly, it's quick decisions. I know it's a broken record here, but sometimes the broken record does play the best part. Lucky number 7 for them. They've already guaranteed the half win, and even when you don't have 3 or 4 ultimates, if you know you can use one, you can execute quick, and your decision is going to be able to slam the stack that is on the site. They've just been able to do that time and time again to success. Radford playing a little bit aggressive on their positioning, though, here.
Yeah, and I want to yet again note, we talked about this at the top of the show, that last time these two teams played, it was a Radford win in a 2-0 in 2 pretty dominant maps from Radford. This is looking to be the exact opposite right here, right? It's looking to be Bryant and Stratton confirmed map early. I know it's saying it quite early here. And this is a pick for Bryant and Stratton. So we do, for Radford University. Fortunately, the next map is fine. Everyone knows how to play it. Miro does punish the aggression for Arfi.
Traveling.
To be fair, I kind of get it. You just got pistols. At one point, you just got to kind of see if you can catch someone off. Tendy will grab 2-Bit. The recon bolt does spot him out. Number 2 is able to grab Miro. They're doing a lot to start here. 4 alive still for Radford, but there's not many bullets and not much armor left. Both will get out. Just for a moment here. Milano will get 1. Traded quickly by Insanity. Ball's down to just 51 HP, and there's a lot of HP available on the Radford side. Looks like
30
it's just going
seconds
to be a
left.
sitting match for a while here now.
Turret's up.
Going to waltz in and see if he can get Insanity. Does check for Insanity, but Insanity will have the gunshot first. First Radford win round since round number 3.
And it's a thrifty. That's the even crazier thing is,
I mean,
out of pistols, like, I do gotta say though, dropping the spike carrier though deep in C is not necessarily, I don't think, what the Bobcats would have wanted to plan for that round. So as soon as they get the spike down, a great collapse on top of it. And Radford, they pick up their second, but they're gonna have to pull out the op here in towards this extra round to try and keep the motivation going.
Revealing area.
trying to do anything there. Fault line will come through, looking for a recon bolt above. Number 2's looking to see if he can find out with the operator. Problem is, no one's there. Just Breach is there, and he doesn't look to seem to be wanting to aggress to any degree. Just wants to make sure no one's flanking them. Everyone else on the map will be going in through garage. Milano tested a little bit by Insanity. Both walk away with their full health. Looks like they're ending towards B. But no one has the spike yet, so it's still just poking and prodding from Bryant and Strat.
All the KJ utility is located on C, so I think Bobcats are okay giving up that B site, able to go to 2 different places, knowing they're probably going to have to work into C is a harder site, but they're aggressing a lot towards mid without that spike too far forward, and they're going to lose 2-bit because of it.
Yeah, 2-bit does get shut down, but Bryant and Stratton have played well in the 4v5, in the 4v whatever, right? They seem to, even though they lose a player, they still play well. Number 2 is going to be watching Sewers very intently. It does seem that's the right place to look. 30 seconds left in the round. Looks like Bryant and Stratton are going towards the A site. Nice shot from number 2. Will use the cloud smoke right over it, just to try and see if they can get anything. Does hear long. They should know at this point. Paranoia goes through, and 3 Bryant and Stratton members are walking through now. Can they get the spike down? That's the question of the day. Valve and Miro each get their own first kills to start. Couple players left. 5 seconds on the clock. Spike is going down, and the aftershock goes down as well. 1, 2, and defense wins. Took too much time for Bryant and Stratton.
Couldn't quite get the spike down there at the end. Insanity triples up, and we'll keep this operator for their jet to hand it right on back over. And honestly, just spending a little bit too much time deciding on where to go. There was some space open towards garage, towards B. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense does give you. And this is huge for Radford, who are now on back-to-back round wins. They've got 3 ultimates up and available. Hunter's Fury still not there. That lockdown can win you a round.
Yeah, Hunter's Fury not there yet. Good use of the breach utility, though, to try and get anything done. Fault line goes through. They're going to get a little aggressive here. Arfie's got 2, so he's going to trade right back. Neuro Theft instantly used. They will know Milano. Sanity was right there next to him. Neuro Theft was revealed both times. Recon Bolt does hit from the Owl drone. Number 2 is going to want to be a little bit careful about that for a moment. But Miro's already on site. Falf has the spike and is right behind him. This B site has it. Breach ult going to be used, preventing spike from getting planted. But they won't walk in. They're just starting to think about it now. And Zoinks is in a great flank location. Number 2 does take Zoinks down on the flank. Falf has to walk back. It's a 3v2, but they've got 55 seconds. They've got plenty of time. Miro's going to walk through the smoke. Going to turn on Insanity quickly. Knows number 2 has to be close. Blade Storm gets activated and dropped instantly. Operator picked up for Miro, and suddenly the 2v3 is turned into a 2v1. Flipping favor so quickly.
Cover going out.
I thought Miro was for sure dead. I mean, the back of the site, there were 3 players. Every time. All of them.
Only 1 player left. It's Sanity. He showed us a lot in the last couple of weeks. He showed us he can be a star. He can be the guy. Can he be the guy right here? Or will he just be the guy to save? Just walk onto the site. Think about where they could be. Just checking everything on the site. Recon Bolt down. Does spot Miro long. Recon Bolt will find Miro, but the trap very quickly finds him. Does take 1 down, but Falf is there on the other side, ready to take Tenedy out. 8-3 right now for BNS.
Last round in the half.
Weird round. Miro just finds a way to go pretty crazy, falling there at the end. In the body at C long, but it's guaranteed 8 here for the Bobcats. Not too bad on the attacking side. They've got 1 ultimate left, and honestly, when talking about ultimates, one of my biggest pet peeves is just not using them. I feel like we've been talking about this lockdown for so long, and Radford haven't had the ability to utilize this ultimate just yet, and they're only going to have 1 more round to do so.
It also kind of does feel like Shu hasn't been alive to use the ultimate, so kind of a waste if you use it in the first 10 seconds of the round. It's just as good as not. Sandy will find 1 onto 2-bit. Quick trade for Miro onto Tenedy, and Sandy's got another. He's got the start here. Miro is sitting up in heaven, so it's already been a eventful round here towards this A site. They're quick. Lockdown goes down finally. 1 kill for number 2. Can he find another one? Can he find the number 2? So far, he won't find Milano. Milano will just find his teammate Arfie. 2nd kill for number 2. Milano stuck in the corner. Dash away from 2-bit. Number 2 does grab that last kill. 3 in the round for number 2. Giving Radford their 2nd gun round of the half. But BNS up to a doubled lead over Radford here.
I will say, Bryant and Stratton strategically avoid the 9-3 curse, but at the exact same time, strategically,
Are
that was
you
a lovely
telling
lockdown.
me?
I don't know that I've seen that lockdown placement before. That was awesome.
It was good. Let's see what they can do here. Now, I will note that defense on this map tends to be a little harder than the attack side. After all, there are 3 sites to defend instead of your quote-unquote standard 2. So this lead will have to hold up as Bryant and Stratton do begin their defensive campaign.
This pistol round, though, very, very important. I mean, you pretty much have an 80+% win rate if you're able to win both those pistols. So for Bryant and Stratton, this could put him on 9 right here.
9 is where they want to be. One pistol round here, one pistol round win here would put Bryant and Stratton onto 9 and in a good position to take 10, being the first team to get double digits. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Number 2 and Insanity seem to also not be getting too far ahead of themselves. They're making sure to check every single corner, every nook, every cranny. I don't know what a nook and cranny is, but I know that's the right thing to talk about here in terms of spots someone could be. You can see that Bryant and Stratton have actually leaned very heavily towards the left side of this map on C and B. Nobody covering the A side anymore, and it's the right call. Radford is executing onto the C side. Trapwire active instantly. 2-Bit takes down the double. And Will Spot and Sandy, they know where they are. 2-Bit won't have any bullets left in the Sheriff. Falcon grabs 2, RP 2 back. 2v2 here to finish off the round, but Milano and Zoinks each grab a frag, bringing it to 9-4, setting up double digits in the coming rounds.
9 is going to be theirs. I'll get the extra cash money as you were talking about, and honestly, a great job here. This is one of the benefits of having Cypher on the defensive side. We didn't get to talk about it too much, that Cypher doesn't get too much value unless you can get that neural theft on the offensive side. But when you're on defense, you can just start laying down the tripwires. You got the camera. You could just pretty much solo the Cypher on that C site. But it feels like, to me, Mech, any single person from this BSC squad can step up.
It does. First kill now for 2-Bit. That will be a good start. This Outlaw could do a lot of work here. He's looking in the right place to see about anyone else. Does grab a second onto Shu, and by a second, I mean a little collat there, grabbing 2. They tried to do the high-low effect there.
Yeah.
Put Jet below the Killjoy. You can only kill 1. But 2-Bit thought different. That shot almost hit Arfie.
Should have.
2-Bit's Outlaw is deadly.
1 enemy remaining.
Miro quickly grabs a kill. 2-Bit just going to take his time here with the best classic in the game and try and get a frag here. Lets his teammates grab the knife. They're feeling it tonight.
Yeah, looking good, and that's how you want to really do the bonus round or the anti-eco to try and not lose players. Bring that Outlaw. Added just a few seasons ago. Get yourself to 10. Like we said, what is your opponent's map pick here? Really bringing the strength. And I think this next round will be really telling, because if Bryant and Stratton win it, it could be the series that we see shifting towards the way of the Bobcats. And if not Radford, I feel like they've got to be really decisive on where they want to go.
Here.
They have to be decisive on where they want to go. They need to start making sure that they're going to protect the sites in the correct way. They're just defaulted across the map, and Radford University kind of choked up. The bottom of mid looking to see if they want to do anything here. Shu could peek into 2-Bit, but I think they're a little terrified of this Outlaw.
I'd be.
Yeah, got 3 kills last round with 2 bullets. One shot gone through. He's now shot the amount of bullets he's gotten killed with the Outlaw.
He did kill the turret, though. RIP.
Rest in peace, that turret. Radford University just playing really slow here. We're sitting at 50 seconds now. They need to start thinking about where they want to go, how they want to go, and more importantly, when they want to go. And it looks like the where is going to start to be answered right now. They're starting to push down A, starting to get sewer control, starting to get long control. Number 2 will be the first man in. Just doing some checks all over the place. Will be heard. You can see the Bryant and Stratton defense just starting to rotate all around now. Smokes will start coming through. Number 2 clears the site. Says everything's clear. Everything's good. Insanity's got one onto Foff, though. Just one. Player drops down, zoinks. Hit by number 2. Flashpoint gonna come through. Will not affect number 2. As number 2 sits there, grabs 2 of his own, makes sure Radford get their 5th round on the board.
This place is nice, but not nice enough to
It's a nice
die in.
round that
Let's win and
they
get
should have
outta
been
here.
expected to win, and honestly played it really well with that kind of flanking player sending in towards the mid. They got some good kills off of that, and I was a little bit worried as using all of the dashes, all the smokes from number 2 to get on into the site, but it worked out. They used their gun skill and their better weaponry to win off that round. But unfortunately, the wins don't need to stop there. It's 5-10. You're into a rifle round for both teams. This is still a must-win, and spending that much time worries me for future rounds.
It does worry me, but you know what? They spent the time. They made sure to get through. Can they replicate it again? I think is the question. 2Bit's already very deep on A long. Seeing a little bit of an off angle here. Make sure when they take a nice little glance down long, won't get anything. It doesn't look like Radford really want to go down long or are thinking too much about it.
This is, again, the value of the Cypher. You know you're going to have to play through those tripwires. At least 2 of them. I love how the drone dodged it, though.
I do love the drone right there. Miro, gonna get flashed, gonna get killed. And Insanity as number 2 goes down. Just slow, patient play here from Radford. Very similar to what we saw on their defense side, but on the attack side, works a little bit better. 4v4
Right
leading
there.
down in the last 40 seconds of the round. Falf is in the right place, waiting for someone to pop out, and soon Insanity, Arfi, and all of their friends will pop down long,
30
and they'll know.
seconds left.
That's
Camera taken
4
out.
spotted. Every single member is spotted. They should know now. Fault line goes through, does push Cypher off the site. Zoinks will be the first one to regress. 1 kill. Can't get a second. Shu grabs it. Falf has 1 to add. Couple of bullets, but doesn't have much more left. 13 seconds left in the round. Shu's got 1. Milano's got another one back.
10 seconds
Just 10
left.
seconds left.
One
And
enemy
Shu does
remaining.
take down Milano, but 2Bit from the rear grabs 11 for Bryant and Stratton. Just 2 more rounds for the Bobcats to take map 1.
And again, as we talked about, for them, it's their opponent's map pick, so it'd be a way to start out for sure. The timeout is going to fly. Of course, our secondary map of Bind and our third of Ascent, if we need it, are still there, but man, playing really, really clean, I feel like, for Bryant and Stratton, being able to just wait, knowing that that time is going to push them in towards the C site. They still had so many different angles. Even though they gave up the front part of that site, they didn't give up garage, they didn't give up the angles towards spawn, and they sent forward a couple players with those flashes to try and disrupt things. So Radford are going to have no ultimates, battling into 2 of the best ultimates on the other side, and they're going to have to find a way to win some rounds here.
They're definitely going to have to find ways to win rounds here. You're starting to lose rounds to be able to play with. Not that they really had a huge amount to begin with, but rounds that you can kind of just not take off, but use as an eco buy, use as something a little unhelpful. Not really they can't really use them anymore. They've only got 1 round realistically to give.
And the unfortunate thing is, again, the timeout is going to be taken right before a round where you're not really going to have, I don't think, a ton of money. They did have to invest into those rifles. We'll see how much it's going to be at the end of the day. And I think, honestly, Hunter's Fury, Neural Theft, either one of those ultimates can completely shut down a round with how slow Radford has been playing.
And that's a Hunter's Fury to start the round off from the BNS side. We'll tag at least 1 member of this team. 2Bit will go down early from number 2. This battle between both Jets has been all over the place. Both teams have won it. Both teams have lost it.
Flank.
But you're right. Falf is on the flank. It's just a stinger, though.
True.
It's just a stinger. This is copium right
Surely.
here. It's just a stinger. It can't get any of them. Okay. It's got 1. The ultimate will be put out as Falf goes down, but the Neural Theft will help for a moment there, right? It doesn't really show much. It shows them running towards C, but they should know it's a fake. They've doubled back. Milano's the only one here. Just 16 bullets. He hears all of them. Does he? Oh no! Okay. He just didn't see Tenedy. That's fine.
Blocking sight.
He just didn't see Tenedy. Looks like Radford will get a spike down, but the question is, can they get more than a spike down? Can they get a round win? They've had trouble in post plants this entire map so far. Bolt will find Tenedy. They know now that Miro is down below. Arfie's able to take both of them. And Radford University have 6. It's looking like it could be a game.
Could be. I think if it could not be a game if
it could not be a game.
But it's going to be back to those saves, making sure not to mess up the economy. For Bryant Stratton, you can give up a couple of rounds here. You're not too worried. You're still up by 5. You did use, by the way, both of those ultimates we talked about. So no Underfury, no Neural Theft. You do have the Blade Storm here if you want 2-bit to try and pop off. And every single one of your players is over double digits. You got to trust in them right now.
Definitely have to trust them right now. Recon Bolt will get spotted first. Blade Storm was activated by both jets. We could see some knife-on-knife anime action right there as number 2 grabs one, but Zoinks grabs a collat with the Sheriff headshot. His BNS will be on a little bit of an advantage. 2-bit the only one to give anything up. Number 2 just wanted to walk in, see if they can do anything more with this Blade Storm and the dash waiting behind it. Mirror will be cleared out, but he's not there anymore. Just going to give up C-Site, play a 4v3 retake here with just classics. Aldron trying to see if he spot everything. Does find both. Paranoia is up. Recon Bolt is also up. Will show everyone and everything here. Knows about everything, and Bolt and Miro each grab a kill. Tenedy is the only one left, and with no bullets in the gun, stunned, concussed, and cannot do anything to a stinger in the back, puts BNS on map point.
And it's just these little things that start to pile up. I love the little thing here at the end, trading away that ultimate orb over to the person that needs it most, but getting on towards this map point was because of that utility save. The collapsing was absolutely huge. The Thrifty comes in, and honestly, probably wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for that double Sheriff headshot to start out the round. Radford do have 3 ultimates, including that lockdown, but they're going to be a little bit poor here.
They're definitely going to be a smidge poor here. Operator will come out. The Guardian will be the only like downgraded weapon for Radford. It will turn into a Vandal. Will be a drop for number 2.
Keep up.
Nice teammates.
Arrow will go down. Number 2 will be the start. Hunter's Fury coming out early from the attacking side of Radford, but they have to walk through the smoke if they want to do anything. Flash goes through. Does not able to catch anyone other than 2-bit, who's got 1 kill, was traded quickly from Miro. Now with just 2 members left for Radford, and they're both in the wrong place. Arfie is going to get cleared out here. We'll get a teleport out. We'll have enough time for that. But they know Cubby's clear now. Regardless of the teleport, Arfie is going to get a kill onto Miro and will take a TP over the A site. Too bad. Zoinks is right here in heaven. And that's a dead omen. Finishing off the map, 13-6. BNS have started their lead, their campaign on this first map. Let's see if they can bring it to the second one.
They take their opponent's map pick. They're able to take it pretty cleanly as well. And honestly, Miro, what a map from them. They're able to pop off at different moments. You usually think, sure, is the Omen, sure, you got the Paranoia, but you don't really have those tools to move your way forward as a duelist or something else would have. And the smoke there at the end was just absolutely perfect. You saw the delayed entry from Radford. The 2 that were playing back thought they were going to get the plant down, but a perfect flash. There we go. Perfect smoke and some extra utility to follow. I just love right now how BNS is playing, but there's at least 1 more map for them to try and win.
Yeah, so we're going to jump to a quick break. When we come back, we will be on the Bobcat pick of Bind. Welcome back, everyone, to Unified Collegiate League Valorant 2024 Fall Premiere Playoffs Week 7. I don't know what week we're in. I just lied with 7. My name is still Megatronic. I'm still here with Llama. And Bryant and Strat and College are here with their first map win as we head over into Bind, their own pick.
Yeah, they win their opponent's pick, and honestly, a really, really great play like we talked about with each other. Fast decision making, playing together, using their ultimates, it felt like to the best of the value, except maybe towards the end. We don't talk about that neural theft and Hunter's Fury round where it slipped a little bit towards the wayside. But if they can win their opponent's map pick and now going into sort of this more comfortability, could be even cleaner. But as we talked about for both these two teams, it's a 4 seed, it's a 5 seed battling against each other. The winner does have a really tough task in going in and playing the number 1 seed, and the loser, of course, still has that second life.
Yeah, both teams, teams are eliminated tonight. The first time a team could be eliminated is next week when we have playoffs. But it does kind of feel bad that if you win this game, you have to go play against Columbia College. Right now, that does seem to be where Bryant and Stratton are going. We'll see if they can close it out here on Bind, or if we're going to get sent to a third map, which would be Ascent.
Yeah, we're kind of, like we said, going with the regular map picks here this time around. But, who doesn't like a map number 3? Would be some extra Valorant for us to be excited about. I think the only people that wouldn't be excited about it would be Brian and Stratton, because they probably want to get the sweep as soon as possible.
I think they're looking to try and sweep this out, trying to make this hard and fast. They were the first people having their comp blocked in, and it's quite different. So both teams are keeping a brim and a raise, but after that point, we've gone all over the place. We've got a deadlock for Tenedy, who's played it before. We've got Shu on the Gecko and Insanity over on the Breach. For Brian and Stratton, they've gone with a Sky, a Clove, and a Chamber. The Sky I get.
Yeah.
I'm going to be very honest. I did not prepare any Clove material because I did not expect we were going to see them.
I think Clove always still gets some sort of value. You have the smokes after death. You have any ultimate, just like a Sage Res that can bring another player back, even if it is yourself into the battle, is good. But I mean, the Chamber is, I think, the one that throws me a little bit.
So Chamber used to be very meta on this map. When you had 2 teleporters, you could place one in the Cubby on B and in U-Haul on A. Chamber was really meta for really, really quick rotates. You could still use Chamber to make sure that you're able to get back and make sure that you can watch your flank. The trademark is very good at jumping away from something similar to a jet dash. We'll see, though. The Headhunter is the real show here, though. So 6 bullets in the Chamber to start this game off. Only be able to use 2 to start. We'll get hits, but no kills. Zoinks is able to get the first. Slowed now. We'll remove a grab net. Deadlock's looking in the right place. We'll take Zoinks out. Much like Valve is using Deadlock to kill Counter-Strike. Sorry, separate matter. 2-Bit will be the player over in Showers, looking for any of these low health players sitting on a site. We'll find the only high health player in Shu. Gecko will be the first to swing out.
Dizzy's up. Dizzy's down.
Deadlock's gotta just try and find something. Will be TPs across the board over on to the B site. One player in Insanity here, watching for the other teleporter, seeing if they go all around. This Ghost will get put to good use here.
I think Insanity has a really big job to get done. Shut down
got the one.
Spike down B.
Nice
That's
headshot.
That's all he needs to do. He's gonna get pinched here, but I don't think it matters. He's got people pinching the pincher. And Insanity's just looking for 2-Bit here. Boom, done, gone down. Last player alive is the Chamber. Ghost will. Oh, that's brutal.
10 seconds left.
Does get one. Does not have enough time to plant, so it will have to be kills. RP will take Milano down. Radford University with the pistol. Better start than last map.
It was kind of an interesting round, too, as they chose to get really, really aggressive on this defensive side. There are a few different places where you can turn up that aggression, be able to use the deadlock specifically to cut a couple entryways out and force your players the other way. But, man, those health bars were looking so low. I was scared for them.
Yeah, there were a lot of low health bars across the place. A lot of props there to Insanity for holding his cool there, making sure to grab the one kill and just kind of disappear. Even if you die, it's okay. You did your part. You made sure there was no plant for a while. Tuba gonna get taken out quickly. Arfie's got
Spike
two with
down
this
B.
outlaw, making sure that he won't be outshined by 2-Bit and his outlaw in the first map.
Wolf could fall as well, and unfortunately is the spike carrier, so
Right here.
definitely does not want to lose their life. No ultimates up just yet, but Arfie trying to get very close to theirs with still 8 bullets left in the tank to work forward. They've got a chamber aggressively pushing forward, but no real space to take with a deadlock,
That's
and
it.
there's the spike,
Spike
there's the
down
3K.
B.
I didn't want to mention it there, but Arfie backed himself literally into a corner. The second that smoke goes down, you have to show yourself to leave that angle. It was very difficult to leave that angle. So he's going to grab
Standing.
one, but quickly traded for Tenedy. Milano will be the last player alive. We'll have a couple headhunter bullets. We'll see if you can use this
30 seconds
improved
left.
sheriff to any advantage.
Gun
Just one bullet, though. He has an headhunter bullet. After that, we'll have to go down to the free gun, the classic. Doesn't want to waste any of them. We'll find one. We'll take a shot. Will not hit. Means Radford goes up 2-0.
A momentary
Very
win.
little outlaw
Let us
play.
make it
I put one on
permanent.
A, one on B, and picked up some extra pressure on that B long, able to get those first 2 down. And like you said, if you're the spike carrier there, you have time to escape away from that corner before that smoke dissipates. So from BNS, it's going to be another round given over. Of course, they'll have a little bit better weaponry here in this next round. But they've got to play a
Sound
little bit
sensor
more
up.
together like we were talking about in that first map.
Sound sensor up.
Definitely gonna have to figure out what they want to do here. Looks like Radford don't want to buy in here. Well, Radford don't want to buy in here because there is a little bit of a tech pause here. The game has been paused, so no buys will get placed in. Nothing will go down. We're just kind of now waiting for, well, everything to happen on the technical side. I don't know what's specifically wrong with a given player, but we'll figure out some more information and give you some more as we know. Shoot did seem to crash, so it should be pretty quick on getting him back up and getting back into the game. We've only seen 2 rounds so far, so there's not really a huge amount we can talk about on what to change for Bryant and Stratton as they're down 0-2.
Yeah, I mean, it's the pistol round. Like, you can't really say it's kind of that coin flip. And I give Radford some credit where out of that kind of break, out of that map switch, they were able to use aggression on the defense to pick up some of these early picks, dropping the spike carrier first to be able to surround it. It's good. Now we just need to be able to see that in those rifle rounds here to follow. And especially on this defensive side, you have to be the team that wins this first half. If you're trailing by the time things switch, it's probably going to be series over 2-0.
Yeah, it probably will be. I feel like you need to get off to a good start here if you want to get this 2-0. I feel like if Radford get going and they start getting their confidence back up here, it becomes very difficult for Brian Stratton to come back to any degree. Again, we've only seen 2 rounds so far, so it becomes very difficult to kind of determine whether those 2 rounds are something that we really need to see throughout or not, but it'll depend as the game comes back. We're still waiting on one player to get their game back open and get back into the lobby. We will keep you updated as we go through there.
Yeah. And it's honestly kind of surprising with the patch that was just yesterday. I was calling Valorant yesterday too. Like, there were like crashes every single match. So hopefully the servers are okay. None of them exploding here. And like you said, always want that fair competition. Don't want to play the 4v5. So definitely need to get everybody back in there.
No, I don't think it's worth it to play the 4v5. You talked about the patch yesterday. You and I had a little discussion ahead of time. Agents were updated. Gecko was updated. Some Yoru stuff was updated. We had a little bit of updates on Sky and Jet, none of which we'll really see here. You and I had a little conversation beforehand on the Gecko changes that we could see coming through here. And I think both of us determined that this does not change anything.
Yeah, geckos, the globules as they're called, when you throw a utility piece as gecko and it kind of lands on the ground, they last for a little bit less longer. It's 15 seconds instead of 20 seconds to maybe encourage the gecko to grab those and maybe force out plays. But honestly, I think that, like I said, that 5 seconds probably isn't going to make the difference. Either the gecko is going to kill you with the utility or he's just going to leave it there for it to die.
Yeah, that does feel like what it is. We did see a bunch of updates over on Sunset. I played a game of Sunset today.
Okay.
It felt very different. I
Mhm.
will say they completely changed the B site and how the B site plant is, and it feels a lot more difficult now to hold it to start with. I was playing a Cypher, had my cams in the right place, trips in the right place, and it did feel like it was a bit harder to hold the site. On the other hand, I could not shoot anyone to save my life, so results may vary there.
Yeah, I love the changes, honestly. I think that we've seen it too much in pro play and every single level of Valorant where it's just like, okay, let's just mindless, let's play to B, let's all get back to B main. We'll just sit behind the box, it'll be a party. So to kind of add that, they kind of add a little chunk and alcove into where that
Mhm.
like pillar was. They also changed up those boxes in towards B main. I think it's an overall good change. We'll have to see how things do change up, and maybe it just turns into, okay, instead of sending 5 back into party behind the box, it's okay, we send 3 to party in the alcove and 2 are going to back to be main.
So it does seem that our player that had crashed is back in the game. We're waiting on readies from both teams. As soon as we get them, we will go back in. Um, yeah, I do really like those B-side changes, though. And it does seem we're going back to the game right now.
Aguas, keep your guard up.
Beautiful.
Here.
Round 3. Should be BNS with the little bit better buy here going into this one. And of course, they get to use that as kind of a pseudo timeout to be able to talk about where they want to go, how fast they want to play. The deadlock cutting off a little bit longer angle towards B, but Paint Shell is going to rip some damage.
No surprises.
Yeah, the Outlaw's been starting to use down the back of the site. Tennedy's got one shot right onto Zoinks in the face. Zubin's got to trade back, but the Outlaws have been going crazy tonight. Tennedy's got 3 in the round. Miro is fully flashed by Dizzy, but Milano's got a 3K to match Tennedy. Just one player left for Radford University, and number 2 is going to start poking and prodding. See if he can do anything with his Phantom, and no, Miro comes over the top. Chains bring number 2 down, and Bryant and Strat have their first round win.
Radford at least able to take 3, so not too bad here for round number 3. But man, Milano with these multi-kills has been popping off for back-to-back rounds. That Chamber ultimate just 2 away from completion as well. And Radford trying to use this deadlock to slow things down. The problem is when there's a Chamber and when there's a Raze on the other side, it's going to be still pretty tough.
Yeah, I think it will be pretty tough. Milano will have a weapon here, though. There's more to say about them than the entire side of Radford University, who are on a bye here. It's just a little bit less of a bye than I think they would have really wanted. Probably given some over in terms of utility.
No peeking.
Cut down the window is the choice of protection here for the deadlock, but that's going to allow the dog to get some value. Ultimate Orb as well. Pincer attack building up.
They're just kind of waiting for these sound traps to go off. A little peek back and forth. Flash comes through. Shu will think about using Dizzy. Won't actually end up committing it after the smokes from Brimstone go down. Zoinks will be the first man in here, though. They do seem to be going towards the A site. Flash out for Sky. Smoke forward. Insandy's got one and backs into the cubby. He is safe for a minute. Full flash through. Will not be able to get anyone taken down. Arfie will grab one onto Zoinks, though, as we keep going through the round. Number 2 sitting in U-Haul, ready for if any player comes up. A main.
30 seconds left.
A clove smoke going to try and prevent Foff from coming through. Insanity does grab Foff. It's all left onto the 2 members of Bryant Strat.
Right there.
With a little bit interesting picks here, right? The Sky and the Chamber. That's the spike down now from Insanity. And Milano's the only one left. Could be a lot to do here, or could be nothing. Can't finish off the frag on the Radford University breach. Will bring us to 3-1.
Between us.
Radford gonna build up
We
a
have three
nice,
very
healthy
strong
lead, and
arms,
I just
don't
love
we?
the trust they have in Insanity, who's been able to hold down these sites, able to get a couple of really nice picks. Actually has the ultimate up and available here, so that could be useful for helping defend the sites as well. But just being ready for the teleport play, knowing that it is a 2-site map, but it's a little bit more fluid where the attack can choose where to go, forcing them into those bad scenarios, catching one with a rifle peeking out from the box, and now leading by 2.
It does seem here that BNS will be on this low buy, this eco here. For the most part, you will have them buy in on some members. 2-bit, just with the classic, going to kind of use himself as a human flash. Smoke through will start. Insanity's going to use the fault line, see if they can get anything there. A couple bounces through now. 2-bit going to try and see if he can screw up someone's aim. Insanity stays true. The rest of Bryant and Stratton pulls back. See if they can try and get some space elsewhere. But it looks like they're just going to walk right into Shu, who goes down and walks into Milano. So kill for Milano in this round. Arfi will be the next man up. Flash through everyone, but too many options, too many bullets in all the wrong places. Miro does grab one, and they keep getting these slight weapon upgrades over and over. Rolling Thunder looking ready to be given over. There's 3 members left for Radford, and only 2 of them are here. Just 16 health left on Insanity. Rolling Thunder does get executed upon. Anything useful with it. Tennedy's grabbing the first one. It does seem that Zoinks has kind of shown himself in the right place. Deadlock ultimate does come out.
30
We'll
seconds
try and
left.
pull someone. Cocoon is there. Tennedy
Spike
grabs one on
down,
Miro, so
B.
just 1 player left on
One
Bryant's side, and
enemy
Zoinks
remaining.
as Milano gets pulled to his death. Just Zoinks is just waiting to see if Insanity can step out of this tube. Any player that knows where they are. Pain chills will be pulled through and will push Insanity out. Zoinks had too many things to deal with, and Insanity grabs the 4th round for Bryant and Strat. For
Okay.
Radford.
We're
not
doing
Bryant
well,
and Stratton.
but keep focused. Adrenaline.
We'll pick up the
is a
4th.
dangerous thing.
Honestly, it's going to be a timeout here from BNS, but at the same time, that's honestly not too bad of a result, I feel like, for BNS. You forced out 3 different ultimates in that round, and being able to start that off on a thrifty, you talked about those weapon upgrades just slowly working their way in towards the site. I feel like that's going to help them out in the long run. They might not feel the value right now being down those 3, but especially with that chamber ult up and available, they're going to have a couple ults coming up here soon. It could really shift the favor if they're able to punish this opening.
They are just trying to punish something. Bryant's trying to have to make some sort of change here. They've had at least a gun round and a half. They seem to be a little lost. The only round they got was that conversion, that 3rd round. That brought them to 2-1. Them being the 1. They couldn't get much done after that once they had the better weapons for at least a moment.
And it also kind of, I talked about one of my pet peeves of using the ultimate. My other is calling a timeout when you don't have the ability to back it up with some money on the other side. This time around, BNS, their last round was that round where they didn't invest anything. So this time they're going to have 4 rifles. They're going to have an ultimate. And look at how close they are. And the rest of them, 3 ultimates, 1 orb away. One of them is 2 orbs away.
They're close on these ultimates. Brian and Strat need to start getting going quickly. They want to get something done here.
Satchel out.
And it looks like this will be some aggression here from Radford. Nice shot for number 2. But 2 already in the favor of Bryant and Stratton, and a 3rd to punish some aggression. And so quickly, this advantage turns into a huge disadvantage. Just 2 alive for Radford University to take on 4 members of Bryant and Stratton and 3 ults. None of which have been used yet. If they need to use the ults, they can. They need to start securing some rounds here. 2-bit will be the first person found by RP. Stim will go down, but won't be really used yet. We'll be in preparation for if anyone pushes. So the entirety of Bryant Stratton is content to let themselves stay there, to stay seated. RP and Tennedy going to try and clear through U-Haul. Sound trap goes up. We'll get shot down quickly. Looks like Radford know where they are, but can't get much done with it. Zoinks does push out the ultimate, though. I don't believe they get to carry that weapon into the next round.
They do, I guess.
I guess they do.
Free.
Huge win. I mean, that's kind of worth the ult usage then, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean the money isn't super great. I do
No,
gotta
the
say,
money's still tight. Like 2-bit's gonna be on
yeah.
lights here, light shields. They had to buy over to make sure Miro had a weapon.
That works.
Also, like the aggression was good that round from Radford, but they also died to the one player.
I've got
Two of
your
them did that
trail.
did not have the rifle as well. So Seekers are up though.
Found one.
Miro will be the first person stunned, but there's no one nearby. Milano's got the first. Number 2 with a trade quickly.
Blinded.
So quickly again. Last round it was a 4v2 advantage for Bryant and Stratford. Right now it's a 3v4 advantage. Sandy's gonna get poked out by this neural, not neural, orbital strike, just down to 9 HP. Walks straight through the smoke. Will get shot by Zoinks. He has found
Last
Scooby now.
player standing.
2-bit's got another onto RP, and suddenly
stay
Kennedy
down.
is left in a 1v4. Has able to get the first, but Zoinks grabs him later. Brian is trying to look like a totally different team than the first couple of rounds.
I mean, give credit to that timeout. Whatever they talked about, just resetting the mental after losing the pistol, after losing a couple in a row, playing fast. It's what won them that first map on their opponent's map pick. Now they've got 2 ultimates still where they haven't been blowing 3 ultimates in a single round to try and take these sites. They're just going fast, using one, and again, trusting in the gun duels. I'm surprised Radford still have the money to buy some rifles here after losing a couple.
See what more they can do here. They're trying to buy, like, the buy I think is reasonable. You've got the money, you want to try and force the issue. Stop it at the start. But right now, Brian and Stratton just seem a little hard to try and beat. Fault line will come through. Will stop 2-bit from doing much with this ultimate. And in fact, 2-bit will just go down to pure utility. In a game that utility doesn't do any damage. Insanity's got a 4K. Starting off with that utility kill.
I mean, again, it's the same point. Insanity has been the one really strong point to hold these sites up, to be able to play the defense, and some great utility usage there. Hearing the rocket fuse get lit, shut it down, close them out, and be able to get some of those sprays through the smoke to connect back as well. And Radford have actually tied themselves back over. We talked about the early deadlock usage, the early brim and breach usage on those ultimates. They're now back with 2 ultimates that once again can shut down rounds.
You want to play? Let's play.
There's the tour de force pushed into this round early from Milano. They don't really have a buy on top of this. So they want to be able to use this, well, faux operator, I think we'll put it, as their weapon for this round. Only 5 shots in it. And Insanity's looking to get hurt by it, looks like. Milano's looking around a bit too much. He's just got to stick there and watch. I don't know if he knows there's a player there or he really thinks there's a player there, but it doesn't really matter which way because he's looking in the right place. Does miss the first shot, though. Looks like Insanity's going to push down. Not going to push down. Just stay stuck by the teleporter.
Possibly heard the ultimate orb grab, but all this is kind of pulling players over. They're going fast towards the other side, smoke and mirrors, and then executing on A.
Yeah, 2-bit is stuck in U-Haul, but it doesn't really matter right now. Will be a cocoon
Dropping smoke.
from the Radford side, but it won't catch anyone. Number 2 starts with the rocket, does grab one, does grab a second with the Vandal. Arfi and Tenedy easily go through. Milano's low on left. Just 3 shots left now for this tour de force. I don't know if we can get anything much after fault line goes through. This tour de force got to do something special. Has to be
10 seconds
a
left.
lot here. Just 10 seconds, and no one's going to give themselves up. Looking in the right place at the right time, but Arfi has the kill onto Milano. 6 up for Radford.
Guaranteed tie at the end of this half, and using 2 ultimates again to win it, but using those ultimates very quickly. Raze is one of those that you can get back pretty quickly if you're being able to frag out and being able to get 2 best case scenario after dropping into the defensive enemy lines. For Bryant and Stratton, I feel like, again, using that tour de force, burning down a little bit of time, and then just not really having the cohesiveness to have that tour de force get back onto the A site. Played a little bit deep, but the retake was so good from Radford.
The retake was really good, and it's just 3 rounds left in the half. Can Bryant and Stratton start to do a lot of moves here? Number 2 will grab the first kill on Zoinks. slow pace now from Bryant and Strat, looking to see if they can do much. And they will hear Tenedy jump peeking this. We'll now see Falf.
Blocking movement.
That annoying wall will come up, but they think they can just walk around it. Like, they can just walk straight around it, and it's totally fine. 2 minutes into sight, free and clear. Insanity is going to not be involved yet. Milano's got 2. Sitting from Hookah. Everyone else came up long, but Milano
Spike
walks
planted.
his way into the smoke room and can't get much more than the 2 frags to enter the site.
Bomb buddy out.
No ultimates to retake. Not much space though in elbow either.
Paint shells could be good here. We'll catch a little bit on Falf. We'll push Falf back. That truck will clear some space. But Milano's got a 3rd. He's making sure to get a lot of space from this room in Hookah, and he's the last one left. He's got 2 in the round. Can he get the 4th and the 5th? He's got 1. That's the 4th. They're trying to get this guy on the spike. Couple shots, but Insanity's in the wrong place at the wrong time. For Milano, we'll grab the last frag, bring him up 7-3.
Guaranteed half win, and Radford was a little bit scary there. I feel like it's been the 2 biggest clutch factors in terms of Insanity and Milano. Milano starts it out with a couple of really good utility connections. I'm surprised they get to walk around the wall, as both of us were mentioning. Raze gets in super deep, but had only taken down 2 and lost 2 of their own. Really good Gecko utility, I feel like, just to clean out the rest of the site. And for Radford, they've still got 2, now 3 big ultimates up. They could possibly get 8 or 9.
They could get 8 or 9. There's a possibility here, and that would be very oppressive here. Nice shot from number 2 and Shu respectively. Miro's going to get a trade. Orbital Strike goes in quick. Make sure that no plant goes down. On top of the 3 for RP. We'll try and push Miro back. Miro walks forward, grabs him.
Spike down A.
Just a stim beacon down for RP. Have a nice spike with it too. As long as he's able to grab 1 onto RP. And it's quickly a 1v2. It's not impossible here for BNS. Or this Clove. Insanity's sitting up in heaven. They knew. They thought about it. In the right place. Could grab Tenedy here. But Tenedy will grab Zoinks. 8 rounds. Same amount that Brian and Stratton got on the
Last
Radford
round
University
before the
pick of Haven in the first map.
Before it's too late.
And it's going to be actually a timeout, it looks like, possibly from Radford here after winning so many rounds. A little bit interesting that they're going to call it here, but I love the ability to play off some of those stronger positions. Like we said, they play off a U-Haul. They survived for so long. And more importantly, for RNS, they had that Clove ultimate going in towards the end of that round. But if you're the last player alive, it doesn't matter anyways. So it did some damage, but there's been a lot of really, really close rounds in this half specifically that Radford have come out on top of.
No, there have definitely been a ton of rounds that Radford come down on top of. This is just an extended halftime break right here from Radford University. If they don't use this timeout here, they're not getting it back. So there's no reason not to use it before this last round in the half. They're up pretty well, right? And you gotta, if you're on the Radford side, you need to calm down. You need to play well with the space you're given. Make sure that you can keep this lead. So we've seen Bryant and Stratton College do a lot of work here. These Bobcats have been really good on the first map, right? Yeah. So you know that there is a gear that they haven't reached yet, and you just got to make sure that they stay in these low gears.
It's kind of interesting as well, talking about when we will get that side switch, because it's not a ton of, like, you don't have like a deadlock or anything to hit the control, but we might be fighting A.
No peeking.
Number 2 with a couple shots. Zoinks will get resurrected. Number 2's got 3 in the round. He's been really good so far this round. Could try and get a 4th. The rocket launcher won't do much.
One enemy remaining.
That's...
Spike down A.
Yeah, that shouldn't have been allowed. There's 1 player left for BNS. Can they get much done with just Falf? Men does spot him. Shots will be heard. Thrash will be used early. Whoa, detain. And Arfi takes him out. 9-3 in the first half for Radford University. Complete opposite
Switching
of the
sides.
first map of Haven.
9-3 curse possibility. We know BNS avoided that strategically that first time around, but we'll have to see what they can do on their defensive side. I think that, like we were talking about, having different tools like the deadlock really does benefit you on the defensive side. So it'd be kind of interesting to see these compositions on kind of, I'd say, their worst side where they are, where you have a chamber, you got to raise, you're gonna have to make some creative
Over
plays to build up that aggression. And honestly, using that thrash just for the danger factor, not even to get that first attain, but to push all of those players back to lobby and then get a second Uchis to clear out that round was just really, really beautiful.
It was very, very nice. We are now headed, though, into Bryant and Stratton's defense side. They were good on in the first map. Can they bring it back and be better on it in this second map?
Satchel out.
They're quick. Radford's quick. He's already into Octagon. One down
Spike
from number
down,
2
B.
and RV each, but Milano's got 2 in the round to stem the bleeding. 3v3, full retake here for Bryant and Stratton, and low health on the Brimstone from Radford University, but low health won't matter when number 2 just takes 2-bit and puts him into the ground.
Grenade.
8 shells will go on top of the spike. We'll take a lot of
Last
HP off of
player
Zoink.
standing.
And Miro gets the jumping classic right click. Tenedy, the last one alive. Zoinks will get half on the defuse at the very least. Will
One
hold it.
enemy remains.
Does grab onto Miro, but gets off. Zoinks grabs the kill. And we're going back to the mystery machine.
vacuum
Bryant and Stratton
deactivated.
grab their first round in a while.
And it's the pistol. I think Radford taking that first pistol, if they took this second one, really could have been the end of this map. It was, give some credit to Milano getting the double kill to start off on the site. The reinforcements come on through. The jump peek from Miro is pretty dastardly. And now they've got an Outlaw to try and aid in that defense.
Outlaws on this chamber. Milano has been the start and stop for this Bryant and Stratton team.
Satchel out.
Tried 5 stacking last time. This time they're going to split their issues through shower and through lobby, it looks like.
Will be the start, and they will be hurt in showers. 2-bit gonna start looking with this Bulldog. Burst mode activated. Shu's the only one left up close, but it looks like Shu and number 2 are just pulling back, pulling away.
Time to hunt.
Early smoke will go down from the attacking side to make sure nothing's
Scout
there.
destroyed.
Miro will get a dog taken off of them. Goes through the portal. Milano's in an interesting position here right now. A little bit deep. Well within the range of his teleporter, though.
It does kind of shut down that entrance, though, to be long
does.
and allows BNS to just play this slow play. They've got 3 players stacked here in A.
I mean, that's what they're trying to do here. They're just trying to play it slow. It's against pistols. You know you don't need to be aggressive. You don't want to be aggressive here. Fault line will come through. Sky will start with the
Spike down
bird.
A.
But Zoinks and 2-bit each have kills of their own in the
One
round, and
enemy
it's
remaining.
just one player left in showers. Miro gets taken down, a flawless from BNS.
Nice patience play.
Remember to talk
Miro
to each other
able to
out
take
there.
some more down, and
Communicate,
BNS,
you
as
win.
per usual, they take the pistol, they take the bonus as well. But I think getting a flawless, especially in your bonus, just gives you so much value going into the third round of the half, especially building up some of those ultimates. So Radford are going to have to find an answer. And I think if they can actually get onto the site, they have the deadlock, they have more things to try and zone away BNS, but they're having trouble getting onto the site for these first 2 rounds.
Satchel out.
Definitely having a bit more of an issue than Radford was. And I'm sorry, the BNS was. BNS was able to get onto sites. It just was at the post plants that it seemed that they were having some trouble with there. Number 2 trying to jump peek this corner here. Won't actually be able to spot anything. Could have spotted 2-bit shoulder there.
We saw the jet duel between the 2 of them in the last map. This time, it's the Rays.
Yeah, Dizzy just clearing out Octagon, making sure no one's in there. Number 2 will grab this alt point. 3 away from the rocket launcher.
Four players here.
A shot. Just one trying to take Falf down. Won't hit anything or anyone. Everything's gone slow and quiet again. And now the execute. 2Bit's already been slowed and stunned. Moved down to just 21 HP. Miro and Zoinks each have kills, but Shu, Arfi, and Tanati come back. Zoinks finishes this round, though, and as quickly as it started, it's over. Bryant and Strat College on 6 rounds now. They've started a little bit of a comeback here. And they're going just up against Sheriffs this round.
Yeah. I mean, that was the round. That was the extra off the bonus, like we talked about with getting that flawless. They were able to carry so much, and I love the initial utility, but for Radford, it's only to clear out Tube. They didn't get to clear out any of that elbow positioning, and it comes to bite them there. Zoinks going crazy, them and their teammate, both at 14 kills already.
A gift.
Yeah, Milan's just going to put the trademark down here. Wants to watch over the shower area. If he doesn't die, watching to see if the Sheriff will pop through. Will do. 10 and he goes down. 1 Sheriff down, 4 to go. These Sheriffs can be really brutal if played correctly. Also, on the other hand, the Sheriff is a scam. So, could go either way here.
I just feel like just breaking to these sites is still really tough, especially with a Sky, a Brim, so much counter utility, and with 2Bit being able to see where the push is kind of going as well, it's really, really tough to find angles, and without the better weaponry, it's tough as well.
Yeah, so that's the only non-sheriff in the round. That was the Marshal. So now their range brought down a bit. Just sheriffs left. Looks like they're going to coalesce on this A site. They're going to concentrate their efforts on A
30
short.
seconds left.
First smokes will come through. 2Bit will be the guy here. Dizzy will spot one. Can't.
One enemy
Just doesn't
remaining.
take down the one player in the position to do
Okay,
anything.
who's got
2Bit
this
grabs
fast?
2 in the round.
Satchel out.
Bryant and Stratton are just 2 away.
Yeah, what was a 6-round lead going into the half has very quickly turned into a 4-round streak. The timeout is going to be called right before the rifle round for Radford. They do have 2 of these ultimates, and I think specifically going in fast to the site is something they really haven't had yet on this offensive side. You can use the showstopper to blow open whichever site you want, and if you've been recognizing, BNS have actually been putting both of their duelists on that A site. So if you're able to move fast against a Raze and a Chamber, sure, they'll have Raze and Chamber abilities to battle, but they won't have too much utility to deny you the entry.
No, there's a lot going on here. Milano does have an operator out, which I think is an important note to push here.
True.
He has been using the Tour de Force. He's been good with the Outlaw. This is just a plain old operator. If you can get a kill or 2 with it to start, push it into Bryant Stratton's favor, that's a really good way to start the round.
Would be
What you
nice
wanna
to
see?
get some of those early picks you talked about. He's been hitting every single time scopes down, so tough for the opposing team. They've even got a Clove ultimate and the Squidwards, the Seekers, whatever you want to call them, for Miro.
Cabbages.
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 Okay.
Like the cabbage guy from Avatar: The Last Airbender. One of the most famous cabbages in the world.
I'd say, honestly.
That works.
Lana will not be taking that aggressive peek. I understand why. Just gonna put a TP down. Just try and see, can you do anything with this operator here as the solo hold on the site. Number 2, trying to jump around the wall, see a little bit more. They will hear Dizzy, and they should hear that boombot
They
as
found my
well.
trap.
Trademark gone. Nice shot from Milano. We'll take number 2 out. Nice little flick over. Does no shoes in the area. Takes Shu down as well.
Spike down.
The operator already paying dividends, and the spike was on Shu. The one player left on long. Radford University
have
going to
the
rotate
spike.
all of their players here to try and get the spike back. And Milano's got one through the smoke. He's unstoppable right now with this operator. I noted in our production chat that operator players need to stop moving, and Milano is doing exactly that. He is staying in one place and making sure that covering fire is put down. Tennedy finally takes him out,
enemy remaining.
but a quick spray from Falk will take Arfi down.
30 seconds left.
Tendy, the last one alive, will teleport over to the A site. Just one player left for Bryant's trying to take care of. Zoinks will not get resurrected. Miro chunks Tendy down to just 30 HP, and there's so much more health on Miro here. And there's so much more help for Miro here. One in showers,
10
one on the
seconds
site.
left.
How do you plant the spike here? Dog
You
comes
don't.
through as you're distracted by the dog. A 2-bit comes right out of showers. 8-9, it's a close game.
And that, as a reminder, was off the Radford University timeout. I mean, BNS able to open things up. This operator doing damage. Milano might be the first one to 20 here in the lobby with ultimate up and available as well. Unfortunately, that Clove ultimate, like you said, didn't get that res there at the end, but still surviving with a decent bit of weaponry. And Radford feeling the need to force here.
I do think this is a reasonable need to force. I just don't know if it works out here. 2-bit's going to be aggressive to start off. We'll get spotted by Shu. Shu and Arfi both grab kills. It's a good start. And number 2's got another one. Fall does have one
Spike
trade.
down A.
But quickly, this turns
Last
into a
player
4v2,
standing.
4v1.
Satchel out.
Milano's done a lot. I don't know if he can do this much.
It's probably need to save. It's got to be.
Does he still have this operator? If we get a Milano check, he does. This is definitely a safe call.
Honestly, kind of a broken round though from BNS. They try to use the aggression. It doesn't really work out from them. They kind of funneled in one by one instead of using utility to clear it out either way. But if Milano can save this operator, it's not too
Teleport's
much of a
ready.
busted round. But I gotta say, Mech, at this point, this would be double digits for Radford. Any round is critical.
I mean, any round is critical for both teams, right? If
Yeah.
Bryant Stratton won this round, it would have been 9-9 tie game. We start basically a game of swift play.
Thrifty.
First to get 4 wins.
It seems these strangers want me dead.
Operator's going to be saved away. It does look like 3 ultimates as well for
Yeah, and
the
they
BNS.
They have the money to buy back in.
Here,
Yeah, it's not a question.
They won 5 in a row. Like,
So does Radford, for what it's worth. We're going to see a second gun round in a row.
they got tools. They've got ability to open up the site. And I think for Radford, getting those fast-acting plays is going to be huge. But also punishing BNS's aggression also needs to be in the back of their mind.
Yeah, Milano just wants to make sure he can get a pick with this operator. That's what the secret has been. I don't think it's actually
That's
that
a
much of a
good
secret.
spot.
That's what the play has been for Bryant and Stratton. To make sure Milano can get space, make plays where he needs to. He's the same way last game on the breach. He's doing the same thing right here on this chamber. A little bit more aggressive an option.
Radford have chose to play a little bit quieter here in this round. Some pings towards the A side of where they want to go, but this is where the operator is. And for Milano, looking more towards that lobby area. Some nice smokes, and here's the entry.
All the ultimates are through. Number 2 is going to look for Milano. Won't catch him? TP will TP out, but Arfi's got the kill onto Milano quickly. TP does get punished. One member down for Bryant Stratton, and that's the main carry so far.
Spike
Cabbages
planted.
were released. And a follow-up
Satchel out. Satchel out.
rocket ult has been gone through. Unsure where to shoot it. We get put in the right place. We'll take Shu down, so it's 1-for-1 now. Started this round. Tuba's got another one onto Arfi. Does know where at least another player or two is. That paint shell's going to do a lot of work. Flashpoint comes through. Will take Miro and 2-bit just for a second ride. Nice, another kill for 2-bit. Number 2, though,
One
has
enemy
2-bit's
remaining.
number. So quickly
One
this round,
enemy
which is in
remaining.
favor of Radford, is turned into a 1-on-1.
Sound sensor up.
Sound sensor up. And Kennedy just comes through, takes Miro out through the smoke.
Really
11
nice
now.
headshot. Oh.
11 rounds for Radford University.
They asked us, Mech, how many ultimates do you want that round? And we said yes.
The answer was yes, regardless of how many you wanted or not. We got yes ultimates.
See if that does come back to punish Radford here a little bit later. I mean, it's
Let's
only
do
going to
what we
be
do.
one ultimate up for Milano. They are going to buy into the Classic, so assuming they're going to pick that tour de force out.
They already have.
Yeah.
They already have pulled the tour de force out. And I think it's just going to be kind of, does the tour de force work here? That's your question on whether you win this round or not. Can Milano do something this round? That's what he's been really good at. Zoinks is really deep, though. Not looking to see if Tennedy is even further back. But I think this is a good position for Zoinks to take. I think it's defensive enough. If Tennedy wants to push forward, he'll know. Tennedy could also get a trade here if Insanity pushes even far further.
Oh, it's free.
Nice kill from Tennedy. Looking in the wrong place now. Tennedy grabs the kill onto Zoinks. It's a 1-for-1 trade across the board. BNS are still on both sites. Tennedy seems to be worried about Milano, who's not near showers, but could be.
Yeah, they've got the 2 duelists set up here. They originally had those 3 players on the B site. Now this tour de force, they don't have the ultimates to clear it out this time
30
around.
seconds left.
Is he going to get used? Didn't have to be shot there, but Shoot did. Shoot
Spike
does go
down
down. Two-Bit's
A.
got a kill onto it. Arfie does get the trade right back, but Milano needs to see what can Milano do. This is brutal. It's deadlock.
Spike planted.
It's deadlock's like thing. Milano can't really get out of it, so it's going to have to be used. Have to use himself within the confines of this ultimate. Oh, poking and prodding. Trying to see what they can find.
Sensor tripped.
Thatcher has been tripped to start. Miro has started his defuse.
One enemy
Molotov will
remaining.
get put through. Miro does get go through, but I believe they halved it. It did, but this Molotov is still burning. Milano's got a lot to do. Quickly does grab one. He's still alive. Reload's got it.
No one else
Does he have
could
time?
do this.
Doesn't. Just a second left. Can't believe Milano got those 2 kills, though.
I mean, what's even crazier was that deadlock wall.
That
Feels
deadlock
so
wall
bad.
did so much work. Milano could not walk away. He was
I
stuck.
know. Just had the classic. Like, it's not like you're destroying the wall either.
Disgusting.
Oh, either way, timeout called here. Miro gonna want to talk it over before heading to what could be the final round of this map, forcing a map number 3 from Radford, who are looking really good at the end of that defensive half. Went 5 in a row, but it was 5 in a row from BNS in their own right. And now talk about streaks, 3 in a row for Radford, using a lot of those ultimates a couple rounds ago. Milano says, okay, fine, tour de force isn't enough. I'll buy the operator back.
They want to keep making sure that they have this scoped weapon on Milano. That's all it is.
I mean, if it keeps getting picks, I don't. And we said you don't really have the utility either to be able to fully battle with the chamber and the raise. So if you can get one, it's definitely worth it. Map point though.
There.
Just a quick point out of where they want to go. They want to finish this off here. Don't let Bryant and Strat get any more rounds. Don't let Milano get going. Milano's got this operator in showers. It's where he's been basically the whole game with it.
It's kind of a twofold positioning too. You can cut down the showers, and if they try to go aggressive behind you in towards the A site, you can kind of cut down some of those longer angles too.
It works out really well as long as they don't rush showers, which they haven't. Dog will go through. Will clear for them. So Milano knows he can take a little bit more of an aggressive angle here now. 2-Bit does know Arfie's sitting around the corner. Slow move up here. Flash comes through. Will do a lot of work, but won't be able to get a kill. Number 2 comes through, jumping down on the site. Mira goes down quickly. Insanity takes another kill onto Froth. Just Milano
30
and
seconds
Zoinks left. But how
Spike
much can a
planted.
Clove and a Chamber really do? Some damage already just from the Boombot.
I'm too far.
Operator value. Oh, the flag.
Oh, this is disgusting. Oh, is he going for the knife? He's going for the knife.
Oh,
One enemy remaining.
He's not going for the knife. Bold.
could have had it.
I think the knife is actually good there. RP will take Zoinks
Attackers
down, and that
win.
will bring us to map number 3. Radford University win their opponent's pick of Bind.
It's kind of it's a weird one. Both teams taking each other's map pick, and we get to go towards this final map 3 as a decider. And honestly, give some credit to Radford there. What looked like to be a loss of momentum as those first 5 rounds just went one after another. That kind of buy into the chamber didn't get as much value as BNS really wanted, and eventually it fell flat at the end. The good news is they took that map number 1, so they at least have a map number 3 to battle towards.
Yeah, and now it just becomes a best of 1. The question is, can Radford University continue what they just showed us on Bind, or will Bryant and Stratton show us what they showed us on Haven when they beat them 13-6? We'll find out right after this break. Welcome back, everyone, to the obnoxiously long name tournament that we are currently casting for tonight. This is a joke. I like to make that known to all the people. We are here tonight to finish map 3 between Radcliffe University and Bryant and Stratton College. Both teams have won the opponent's map pick, and we are left tonight on Ascent now.
Yeah, we got two kind of basic classic maps, so it's not the biggest surprise overall, but you know what? To be able to take your opponent's map pick definitely gives you some value. We're headed into the final one. One of these two teams gets to head on down towards the lower losers bracket after that secondary loss, and the winner, well, they get the fun time of playing the number 1 seed.
They get the fun time of playing the number 1 seed. We'll see if they can actually, if either team can really commit to this with the quickest agent select known to humankind. And we are off to the races already.
Let's get going. I'm excited to see this duel again between 2-Bit and number 2. Once again, back on the dueling characters here. It's going to be Jet v Jet for that agent selection. And we've got pretty much almost everything the same except the KO.
Number 2-Bit. That's what we're going with.
Number 2-Bit. Okay.
Number 2-Bit. Just the KO difference is a big difference. We'll see how these KJs want to play sites. I've seen KJs that, you know, choose to lock down A. I've seen KJs that do the standard toaster setup on B.
I think with the knife, though, you have a lot of different places to go, a lot of places to choose, and obviously no more second chances here except in that loser's bracket, so this map is the last one you get on today's series.
Last you're going to have here. 2-Bit walking forward. We'll get caught by this alarm bot in just a moment. Dash through. They know people are coming through market. Will they be checking? No, not to start. Shu goes down quickly. Just a solo left on the site. Kennedy gonna get popped out by the shock dart. Turn around, but Shuba won't be able to find anyone. 3-man retake now for Bryant and Strat.
Nice shutdown.
Could be the start of something. Could be the end of this round.
Scanning ahead.
Recon Bolt will go through, trying to see if anyone's in that back area. But won't be able to fully catch the back area. Won't find RV, won't find Insanity. Insanity will come peek
One
forward.
enemy remaining.
And Milano starts his campaign of terror like he had on the last map.
Your
Both. Okay, number 2. He's got 2. One onto Falf, one onto Miro. But will get taken down by Zoinks towards the end of the round. They're starting.
They did something. That round kind of had everything. We had early market value take where obviously that's going to be one of the important pivotal points if you want to attack that B site. We had the Killjoy taking out their own teammate and some nice clutch up from BNS.
Be a clutch up. Will be the first round here with weapons. There's the second round of the game, so don't take any huge conclusions out of it yet.
Scanning ahead.
Image is good onto the jet. We've seen Zoinks and the rest of their crew be really, really good with these scope weaponry, just gaining so much information. But even though it is kind of that pistol round here for Radford, the bonus, so they don't have that much money, on the defensive side, you can always be very dangerous, especially with a Killjoy in that B site.
Only a couple shots been fired this round.
Here.
Nothing's really majorly happened there. 2-bit will spot Tenedy. We'll take some damage to him, but with 55 seconds left in the round, nothing has really pushed forward yet. Just feeling each other out for right now, seeing how both teams want to run their sides.
There's an ultimate orb to grab, but there's 3 players on the other side of this dash in.
Guardian being the first thing in could be a little questionable. Should have seen one there. Won't see anything more. Number 2 and RP each get their own kills. And RP's runs out to grab this Guardian. And Sandy's got another kill here. And the real weapons seem to just be falling short to these Sheriffs. Zoink's got 2 in the round. Very quickly becomes a 2-on-2. And there's not enough time for Bryant and Stratton to just run around. They have to commit to this site here. Or commit to the save.
10 seconds
He's
left.
just playing with them. Playing with his
enemy
food. He's
remaining.
got 1.
Thrifty.
Nice shot from RP to finish this out. Radford University on the board just as quick.
Able to kind of change up the regular flow of a Valorant map and really stack heavily on that A site, work well together. And it's like we said for BNS, they didn't have too many entry tools. They just used the jet smoke as the try at the entry. As soon as that fell apart, at least they did get a couple back with Zoinks, but this is going to reduce them to 4 classics and 1 hero sheriff with light armor.
It does feel really bad, right? If you just have the sheriffs.
Revealing area. Found them.
Odin will get bought through early. It's a separate matter. If you were wondering what's
Here.
going on in the other game going on right now, the Harrisburg University Storm have taken both
Yikes.
maps 2-0, setting up a collision course between them and Penn State next week.
Targets
Be
destroyed.
fun.
We'll be covering a match next week, whether it's that one or the Columbia College one or one of the lower bracket ones.
One
Yet to be
enemy
determined.
remaining.
Miro will get taken out by number 2.
Long.
That's it. Insanity's got the kill. Radford University up 2-1.
Don't
gonna be a-
forget who you are, Omen.
Expected
Amen.
win, like we said,
Not a
after
monster.
BNS didn't really have the money to invest in that round. I'm just loving how Insanity has been playing. Hasn't been top fragging every single time. Hasn't made the most like pop-off ace plays, but it's always feeling like 1 or 2 kills that really just find ways to shut down the rounds.
He's been finding ways to shut down these rounds. I do like Tenedy's Odin here. We didn't really get to talk about it last round, but Sova and an Odin on this map where the walls are paper thin is very good. I also really love the aggression here. Miro's on the right side. They know he's on the right side. Arfie's got two.
Down A.
Milano's just only longed for this world for a moment longer. Number 2 grabs that kill. And so quickly, Bryant and Strat are just put onto the back foot. It feels every round so far.
That TP play could have gone either way, though. I mean, if they wait for that one way to fade, if they wait just a little bit longer, it possibly could have gotten that aggression there to get into A. But now the spike's down. Now you've got 2 players in no man's land with it feels like no chance to grab this spike.
They do have the site. It's just not the site. The site isn't the thing they need here. Fault line will go through. Will force Lubit out for a second. Dash use number 2. Let's get more. We'll get a third in the round. Zoinks goes down and 3 now for Radford.
Gun here.
It's also going to be 3 kills there for number 2 at the end of the round. A nice little multi-kill. Double ultimates available for them. Number 2's ultimate probably a little bit more important than Arfie's, especially here in the defensive side. But information never too bad of a thing to have. And for BNS, this is a round where they're investing a little bit. For Fulf and for Zoinks, just going to try and get some sort of pick. They know they have fraggers on their team, but man, this investment could hurt them in the long run.
Right here.
Smoke gonna go top mid, looking to move up through market, but Tennedy's got the owl drone over. Recon bolt continue going over. Odin is trying to see if he can do anything with this Odin, this big machine gun. He won't be able to see anyone.
That'll scare him too. I mean, that'll push him off a mid. Smoke is gonna be nice to cut off number 2, but the Jet wants to go aggressive.
Arfie's up really high in this off angle here. Able to just jump right back. Can't get a kill though. TP's away. We'll be safe for a moment longer. Looking for paranoia. Won't use it now. Won't commit to the fight. Tennedy does spot Miro. Miro just ducks. Tennedy walks away. Decided they do not want to fight each other. Recon bolt goes out. Alarm bot right in front of him. Miro could try and grab Tendy here as he walks through the smoke, if he chooses to walk through smoke. But Miro will go down to Shu, a newcomer in the backside here. Tendy, Arfie, and Shu each grab their own. And so quickly, the Bryant and Strat College offense, post plant has been taken care of.
It's a nice retake there from Radford. They got pretty much every angle sealed up, and I would have loved BNFs to actually get that plant down a little bit earlier. They tried to play aggressive into heaven, trying to get a pick or two, and 10 or 15 seconds went off the clock that they could have maybe played or escaped back a little bit further back in towards that A main area. Either way, they didn't have, like we said, the greatest weaponry. There is the cost, though, of that economical purchase. Sure, Zoinks is not going to have that full shield, but that could matter at the end of the day.
Number 2 with the operator out, looking to see if anyone's going to walk through tiles early. Has a friend to shoot the arrow out. Don't have to give the operator away early. Smoke will go through. 2 and Zoinks just wanting to get out, wanting to take more of this upper mid area. Smoke number 2 off. He'll just pull back to Pizza. You'll end up scoping back in on this. Let's make sure no one walks through it. And no one walks across 2-bit. You very carefully use these lines, these sight lines, to make sure no one can see him.
Well, it's a KJ utility awaiting here. BNS walk aggressively, but there's actually going to be a rotate away. It's just the KJ left here.
It's just the KJ left, and you've seen it now. Ultimate from Sova going to be used early. That's the Bryant and Stratton College Sova. We'll tag number 2 for just a moment. But nothing more. A full 5-on-5 retake going to be used here.
Spike planted.
Technically retake still. Plant has been gone down. Insanity gets the first blood though. Takes Milano quick. in the back line. Number 2 just has 70 health left. The Odin, good at breaking down doors. Can it break open this site?
Revealing area.
Combo will be the start. Try and reveal what's going on this site. Zoinks is able to take down one. Will get traded quickly by Shu. Every single one of these fights seems like Bryant is trying to keep winning them all. 2bit's the only one left who's getting spammed now through this box. The Odin eventually will find its target. 2 up for Radford. 5 rounds for them in the first 6.
You failed. Now
And it's insanity again. I feel like even though Tenedy is able to finish off this round with their teammate and operator by their side, Insanity created the flank play, gets the first blood as you mentioned, and then there's this kind of fear factor for BNS that there might be a still player coming from that A main area, there might be a flank building up, and all of the pressure was through spawn. They had to defend so many angles, and B-side is one of those where if you're stuck in Boathouse, if you're stuck in the actual site, it's really hard to actually hold down the site.
No, it is really, really difficult to actually hold the site there. See what they want to do here now.
It's a good first.
Spike planted.
Shorty will be bought with the operator.
Here.
So Recon Bolt's going to try and reveal the entire site. Milano, his gun was just spotted there. This KO should be not long for this world. Bladestorm will come through. Milano goes down to the Bladestorm, but number 2's got 2. Bladestorm has been a huge effect. Cloudburst going to go through. Will smoke one off, but Tanity's got one back. Amir's the last one there. And no one mattered. Over. Just Insanity left. Kill will go through. Clutch for Miro. And the second round for the BNS Valorant squad. The Bobcats, if you will.
Yeah. Bobcats able to take the first pistol. They did lose that second, and things started to fade away for them. But honestly, I don't think that was really around that BNS won. It was more around that Radford lost. They sent the Jet in to try and clear out a main with an operator and a shorty with 2 angles to clear out. And it was a really good pincer play. You have the lockdown to be able to keep things going. And then it's just too little too late when you have so many players alive for Bryant and Stratton College. But they picked up their second. They're going to need to take a couple more in this half.
Number 2 going to try and get spotted early, but one shot, one kill from Milano through the smoke. We'll take number 2 down. That is the Jet player who's done a lot of work for this Radford University side, opening rounds up.
There's still 2 players, though, chilling by Catwalk.
Back.
Yeah.
Ultimate gets used here from Milano. Flash goes through starting. Flash won't see much action. Molotov will stop them from walking into the site on their own, but they've got it. They just have the site.
Insanity.
It's a good start to try and getting the site back. Flashpoint through the wall. Won't be finding anyone there. This is a good flank. Shu could be in a really bad
Spike
position
planted.
come a moment from now. Will spot Miro, but won't be able to do anything about it. Tenedy won't be able to do anything with that Odin, and neither will Zoinks and 2bit as they grab Insanity and Arfi. Bryant and Stratton looking to try and come back here on this attack side.
They just won their 1v1 duels. Other than Insanity, they were able to kind of just shut down that round. And there was that kind of looming threat. Once Miro gets that first kill, it's kind of like, for Radford, it's like, okay, we got to execute the side. If we don't, we're just going to get flanked and killed anyway. So a great choice, a great take. And the gunfight's getting better and better here for Radford. They do have 2 ultimates up and available. It will be interesting to see if they save that Hunter's Fury for a possible future lockdown.
Bryant and Stratton, after that first set of rounds by Radford, have gotten 2 in the last 3. They've been very good about trying to push forward. the envelope, push the options forward, and make sure that they know that they're getting the kills first in these rounds, right? They're making their own space. 2-Bit has been a star of that. He's been making sure that everyone kind of gets space, gets the kills they need. Recon will be used to clear out tree.
Shadows traveling here.
He's kind of ready here for the smoke. Puts his own out. Does hear 2-Bit as well. A lot of shots now from 2-Bit. Arfi choosing not to shoot. Concerned that if he does take a couple bullets, that he may take a bullet to his chest, and he will. 2-Bit grabs the kill just after Insanity grabs his own, but that Cloudburst won't actually stop much. Enemies got nothing, but Insanity's got a second one. Insanity was good on the last
30
map.
seconds left.
Can he be better on this map? Okay, that's holding the flashpoint out. Deciding to go rifle straight to it. Milano, hero of both maps.
One enemy remaining.
Gets one. Number 2 with that operator shot. I'm not sure if Milano can do it here. It's a 1v3, and he'll get taken down quickly.
It's a good operator save here by number 2, but more importantly, we have talked about it time and time again, how good Insanity has been on just uncomfortable scenarios, being trapped between 2 players, stuck in your own smoke, doesn't matter, able to get the picks that really are changing these rounds, and to end what was a 2-round win streak from BNS has got to feel really good. Radford still saving that Hunter's Fury. We'll see if they want to use that here, or, like we said, save it for that possible lockdown in the future.
Operator gonna look to try and get a frag early here onto 2-Bit. Will take a shot, will not hit. We'll hit Milano, which is arguably the more important target right now. That's the spike down, at least for just a second. 2-Bit chases quickly with the dash and the stinger of their own. Grabs the operator, trying to do his best number 2 cosplay now. Already has the jet and the operator. Owl drone going to be used in both directions. Will take Insanity's head straight off. The quick flick. Concern now about Shu. Dash through into the site. Shu will not spot and will not get spotted. Let himself go with those weapons. Couple of shots. So quickly, Bryant and Strat are in the B site. Hunter's Fury being used. The Radford University Sova.
Standing ahead.
Didn't get much value out of it.
Didn't get any value out of it, actually.
Found them. Killed my bot.
How about we'll find Defender, Killjoy, will not find anyone, and Golf is just sitting in the back lines, able to take 2 out as 2-Bit grabs the last.
To run. Gun here.
Trying to use some of those ultimates there, and a really good escape path it's got to feel like, as the timeout is going to be forced from Radford. A couple of these executes onto the B site really haven't been going their way. The retake, they've just not been checking B main. It feels like every single time they run on in, they just can't check that left angle, and it's really punishing them. They'll still have some funds left over from that win streak, but are going to not have those 2 ultimates that they just burned in that last round.
No, and we're looking at Valorant, right? It's MR12, so first to get 13 wins the game.
Yep.
And it just means so quickly that your economy goes, and it's really brutal. Bryant and Stratton only have 3 rounds in the last 4. That is a majority of those rounds, but it means that they're just now 2 rounds away from being tied with Radford. Radford's economy is gone from winning only 1 in the last 4. It's very difficult to keep a streak going if you just lose for a second. And Radford University have lost 3 rounds now. They'll be able to buy in a little bit, but watch the buys here. They are going to be a little scattered.
See what they want to invest in. They've got an Omen ult up and available, but I think the most important thing is just, again, trying to find more space to take on to B, being able to get those retakes a little bit cleaner just with everybody pushing the same way. But BNS on pace to possibly tie things up when we switch sides.
Number 2's running through this. He's just sprinting. He's got something. He's trying to make something work. We'll take a lot of damage to start and just see 1 player in a turret. Won't even find the full team. Does get away with his life. Nobody from the A site seems to be aggressing at all. 2Bit's waiting for someone to come through a tree, but doesn't even look like they're willing to think about catwalk.
They've
Everyone
actually switched it up with that
It's
KJ
so
utility on the A
passive.
site.
It's so passive after a while. I
Yeah.
love the KJ utility on A site. I think it's probably, I personally think it's better than on the B site. But I like the flip mid game. Right, Radford University has just shown some weakness for 3 rounds now. They've taken the time, they flipped it, try and make it a little bit harder for their opponents to guess. Right, if they go, oh, hey, KJ Util's on B, we got to be careful about going B now. But the Util's actually on A. It was quite difficult. The spike is still in
30
spawn. There's
seconds
30
left.
seconds left. And they don't have Omen on. This is the round. That's it. This round's decided. They have to get on site and plant in 15 seconds, and the spike is not there. I
10
honest to
seconds
God,
left.
do not know if they have time. It's really close. I think they barely got it.
Spike planted.
0.7
Cover
seconds.
going out.
I don't know if you could have planned that better. Zoinks will grab the first kill of this retake, this hold. Coming in from a 2-pronged approach here from Market and from Defender Spawn. Arfy will grab the first on default. Miro with a trade right back. Shu comes down. Miro TPs
One
to try and
enemy
just get
remaining.
behind both players. And just one left. Zoinks will take both out with the classic, meaning we are 1 round difference heading into the final
Last
round
round
of
in the half.
Final round here before we swap things on over. And left on the timer and still being able to get the job done.
Just barely. 1 round separates the two. Couple seconds left. Bryant and Strat College still on the attacking side. Still trying to make one last round to work for them. Make this map the closest it's been since 0-0.
KJ Utilities on B this time.
And the KJ's got the Odin. It's not the Sova this time.
You should run.
Killjoy ultimate push through from the attacker side. Killjoy, they will just get this site for free. There's nothing that Radford University can do here.
Grenade out.
This Hunter's Fury will be bad for Shu. He's got to jump around all over the place, but number 2's got 2 kills already. Shu's pointing in the right general direction with his machine gun. Nice shot there from Tenedy to take Falf out. Right in Stratton College, after having a great streak
One
of rounds,
enemy
though,
remaining.
just have 1 player left. It's just Miro in the backside with an Odin. And just like the game of Clue, this Omen has been found, taken down 7-5 to finish the first half in favor of Radford University.
It's honestly kind of a weird round for Radford as they're able to take the dub. They see the lockdown and like, oh, okay, we could just hold position.
Switching
We could
sides.
just keep the Odin spam going, and our Jet can just dip up over the bubble and be able to launch some knives straight into the bodies of the
Right here.
BNS players that had opened space out of the site to drop that lockdown. But either way, you talked about it. It is one of the closest maps we have had all day long.
Well, it is the closest
Right
map, right?
here.
The first 2 maps were... Well, the first map was a stomp, and the last one got very close towards the end, but that first half was a 9-3 half
9-3,
in
yeah.
favor of Radford.
Right here.
Can
What's the-
Radford continue what they did on the last
up.
map? Will Bryant and Stratton College be able to show us what they did in the first map? Find out right now on Dragon Ball Z.
Or will we get overtime?
That's a possibility too. I don't want to think about that possibility. 2Bit's going to be tested here quickly with the ghost.
One
Will
down.
not get spotted. 2Bit does grab one. I don't even know. They think they know. He's got another one. Insanity's got the trade onto him. Insanity got one trade as well. So quickly becomes this 3-on-3. They were looking to try and take mid. Zoinks is prepped for it. Recon Bolt will go high. Trying to find anything. Grabs one onto Shu. Spots another one. He's still alive, sitting in the back of the site. Cannot get a sheriff shot to hit, but his teammate will be there and gets one more at the RV. How did Zoinks survive?
Oh, even now he got that reload off. Should have been dead, but isn't. Survives, wins the round, and that possibly just evened us up here if Bryant and Stratton is able to not let what happened in the first half happen once again, where they dropped this second round. This time around, though, they've got some scoped weaponry, they've got some bulldogs, they've got some light shields, and they've got some dreams that have come true.
6-7 here.
Let's fly.
Bryant and Stratton College have the better weaponry. 2-Bit has the Marshall. The Outlaw. The other one. The other big scopey gun that's not the operator. They were really good with it earlier in last game. I believe they got collaterals on Haven with this weapon.
Oh.
He's been trained on Shu for a very long time. Just trying to see if anyone was going to poke their face through the smoke. Little did he know he was in the right place to get a kill through the wall. Euro jumping through. Tendy's got one on that. Number 2 will grab another. It's even trades all over the place. Radford University down 1.
One enemy
Two
remaining.
with another kill. Another trade back and forth. Zoinks. The Sheriff trying to do a lot of work here. Just RP left. Trying to find any weaponry. Does find an owl drone and a bulldog in the face. 7-7. We cannot get closer than this.
No.
Our producer is telling us this is the closest matchup we've had on stream all season. We've had 2 map 3s on stream. Both of them were complete wash.
Placing sentry.
And
This
honestly,
map 3, not a complete wash.
no, not at all. It's getting very, very close, 7-7. I also think it's just Giga Chad Gaming from BNS.
Chad Gaming.
Get a kill through your one-way smoke, die through your one-way smoke, refuse to elaborate.
I figured the G in Giga Chad Gaming stood for get a kill through the smoke. I was very I was unsure what you were gonna bring for I, and then I noticed you were not filling in the word Giga Chad. Couple shots with Yoden down through mid. Won't find anyone in tiles. There's some armor there after all. Insanity waiting for someone to push forward, but walks away the second that they think they're going to. Just for a note, Spike is back near spawn. So while they may be able to get a site here, they have nothing to plant on it yet. They don't want to give away any locations, any thoughts on it. Owl Drone will spot number 2. Just for a moment there. With 45 seconds, it looks like they're pretty certain about B.
Yeah. They're going to finally go back and grab the spike as Killjoy Utility is a little bit pulled back, actually. It's not at the archway where we usually see it. It's kind of into the cubby hole by the
30
door.
seconds left.
Switch.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Ball just gets a kill, almost gifted to him, but Shu able to grab that frag as he walks through the
10 seconds
smoke.
left.
Insanity is going to be the last line of defense here. Needs to get something. Milano's got one. Trade quick onto Milano. Everyone's past Insanity at this point except for the one player still in market. Able to get 2-Bit. Miro's gone down. Taken down Arfi. Recon Bolt going to be used to try and spot someone. Zoinks won't be spotted though. This Guardian going to be the important bit in this round.
Last player
Will not
standing.
take down Tenedy. Tenedy's rifle will do more
One
work.
enemy remaining.
Okay, Zoinks.
Concentrate, Sova.
There's
Okay.
no way, right?
Stick it?
No. I think if he sticks it, it's bad. If he gets off, it's bad. I think it's all just bad there for Zoinks. Radford University gets a 1-round lead, which this game hasn't been anything. 1-round lead has been It's been brutal all game, man.
I do think it is kind of awkward though for the economy to lose all 5 players there in that round. You see it going into the next one. It's light shields for everybody. You have no ultimates to work off of just yet. So it really feels like Radford need to win this round if they want to set the train back on the tracks.
Suppressing.
I love knife cam. It's almost as good as recon cam. Dash can be used by number 2 just to use it. Had already triggered it. They're slow walking away here.
No ultimates on either side. I do think that this catwalk outlaw could do some damage, but 2-Bit decides against it with that close smoke. Doesn't want to get ambushed.
Doesn't want to get ambushed. They're deciding they want to go towards A. With only 40 seconds left in the round, they're going to have to make a lot of work done quickly. They haven't been able to penetrate any site yet. No damage has really been taken across the entire map.
Revealing
30
area.
seconds left on the clock. Recon Dart goes in, can't find anyone. Hero's going to be set to hold the site, but will get a kill directly through 2 smokes. Milano's got another one. Shu's got another one. 2-Bit's got another one. Everyone's getting kills in this round.
Last player standing.
Insanity walks through the smoke, dies. Milano grabs a 3K and brings Bryant and Stratton just right back to being tied with Radford.
Such a close map. Tied up 8-8 here. Number 2, the first player in the lobby to hit that 20 kill marker, but man, it just feels like 2 completely different play styles. When we got to watch PNS, they're like, okay, we're taking the site as fast as possible. We're going to just try and play the post plan. And Radford's like, we're going to waste a minute. We're not going to take any space or anything. We're just going to talk it out, have a nice little T-chat, and then we'll try and execute on the site.
Get out of my way.
A shot from 2-Bit. Gonna try and see if it connects with anything, but won't find anything. Fault line gonna go through. Just trying to get 2-Bit out of there for right now. That's the goal. Arfie on top of this wall. Doesn't want to get shot at either. We'll have to pull back as this smoke fades. Bureau's smoke is actually placed incorrectly. Trying to get a second set of that one way, but was a little shy.
Nice space through mid, though.
Owl Drone's going to go up in a second for Zoinks. Can he spot? He will spot. Nose quick. Gun doesn't come up quick enough. Oh. Neither member's gun comes up quick enough for that matter.
One suppressed.
Now Milano will be the point of contact. Blade Storm for number 2 has already been popped. It'll be the first or second thing he sees. Tendi may go first here. Blade Storm will get spotted, but Milano's going to pop the ultimate right now. Will stop Blade Storm. Will just be a classic now for number 2. What can he do with the free weapon? Nothing. That's the answer. Zoinks, Milano, Mira, each grab frags. The KO does go down, but Insanity is the last one alive. Milano will give his life here for this. Insanity grabs another kill into Miro.
10 seconds left.
But nothing more will happen from this round. 2-Bit does what his doppelganger could not do and grabs a classic kill. Bryant is trying to have the first lead of the game.
And it's off of these longer streaks and delayed rounds like we talked about for Radford. They wait until about 30 seconds left. They don't have the best buy in that round, so I'll give them some credit where they did get a couple kills. They did do some damage to the economy, but at this point, out of the last 5 rounds, it has been 4-1 from BNS, and they've got 2 ultimates here, and especially the Hunter's Fury being up denies any sort of availability as Shu to say into ultimate points. We just use the lockdown and take a site for free.
They're just using the lockdown to take the site for free, but it hasn't been used well enough yet. One round did we have an attacking Killjoy use the lockdown. It was the last round in the first half. If I remember correctly, it was still very close.
Yeah.
It's not that like slam dunk that you kind of really want there when you're pushing one of these ultimates, these big game-changing ultimates through.
See if BNS can make it towards the double-digit marker. 2 ultimates in the back pocket, and they've been looking really, really good, but this is what it comes down to. Just a few rounds here to end off this map 3.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade.
A lot of ultimates used early, so Rolling Thunder will get used. There will be a trade. Number 2's got one. Miro's got another. Trying to trade back, and another more.
Down B.
The fake teleport, huge
One
from
enemy
Miro.
remaining.
Just needs to take Insanity down. 1 shot left, but Insanity will clutch it. 9-9.
We can't not keep this game close, I guess.
No, this game must come to 11-11, and then one
Yes.
team will get 2 rounds, right? We're not going to have OT here, right?
I don't know. I think 3 OTs, actually.
Some of us have stand-up meetings in the morning.
Interesting. I have a hockey game in the
Some
morning as
people
well.
have
Wait,
class in the morning, not me.
let's not go to overtime. Hold on, guys.
Hold
Make
on
up your
here.
decision.
I understand both teams want to win. Can we just have a nice rock, paper, scissors match if we get to 12?
Ooh, some Rochambeau.
2-bit will have the Blade Storm out early. Recon Bolt will get killed. Jump around the walls and try and see if anything goes. Cloudburst was used, gone away, and used to a disadvantage. A 2K spray though for
Down
False.
B.
Zoinks grabs one as well, but number 2 and Shu have trades across the board.
enemy
2
remaining.
on 2 left.
Last
Bryant,
player standing.
Strat College, able to get one more kill for a trade. It's just
Spike
a one-on-one between number 2 and Miro. Both have done a lot this match, and Miro does more in this round, bringing the first team to get to double digits to be Bryant and Stratton College.
Had the HP advantage, cleans it up nicely. It's double digits for BNS here, and I mean, as it's been going, like we've said, it's just the back and forth, but man, some good retakes. It really has felt like almost all 3 of these maps, even though we talk about map number 1 and 2 weren't as close as this one, it has come down to just a few rounds, a few plays, and honestly, to see number 2 already almost up to 25 kills is exciting, but more consistency, it feels like, from the BNS players right now.
Well, this is the first time you may really see 2 rounds in a row where it really matters, right? Radford University do not have a huge amount of, like,
Scanning ahead.
weapons. Just some sheriffs. Now, sheriffs can do a lot if they're put in the right hands. See if today Radford University have the right hands for these sheriffs.
They've also got Lockdown, Hunter's Fury to possibly counter the counter of the Hunter's Fury on the other side.
I'm gonna ask a question. It's gonna make me seem really stupid, but we're gonna go with it. Hunter's Fury cannot delete Killjoy ultimate anymore, right?
It should still be able to.
I thought it wasn't allowed to anymore. We're gonna pretend as if we know
see.
this information. As number 2 jumps over the boathouse in the middle.
Swarm grenade out.
Hunter's Fury used early. Gonna try and stop this plant. Won't find anything.
Spike planted.
Doesn't even get the 3rd shot off. And there's the other Hunter's Fury getting used. 2-bit trying to just tank it for his team. Won't really work very well. Number 2's got 1 kill on Milano.
Initiated.
Zoinks in the back of the site with a arrow. 2-bit waiting for Tennedy to walk through. He will. Defending Killjoy, still trying to push everyone out of the site, but it won't matter because they're all dead.
Bodies fall, defuse will be there, and you said it, the back-to-back rounds just so very important for BNS to win. being able to take their 11th round just 2 away from victory. And it was a little bit weird to start things out. Usually you save that Hunter's Fury to wait for the bubble to be popped on the other side. Just decides to be able to rip through some of those shields, do some damage here early. And look at that timeline. Out of the last 8 rounds, it has been 6 for BNS.
Here.
I'm trying to confirm whether I was right or not, and I don't have a good answer. I think it does still destroy it.
Yeah.
It may just take more shots.
Well, I will say there's...
We're gonna pretend like we really knew this. We really should have
Yes.
known this.
It does destroy it. I'm like 99%.
I'm pretty sure it does, but I thought for some reason that they changed it. Well,
Bye.
number 2's got a kill. I have confirmation it does destroy it. I don't know where this random thought came from in my head. Probably as random as the thought of Miro walking forward directly into Insanity's weapon. That's going to be next man up. Does speak out at this owl drone and gets tagged. Number 2 is going to jump in, grab it from the side. That leaves an empty A site for right now. Radford University trying to double back and do exactly what Bryant and Stratton did in the last couple of rounds.
Lockdown still available too. Knives as well got reset.
Knives did get reset, and he's got a Vandal as well. Weaponry here for Radford is really good for this retake. And Bryant and Stratton are just saving. I think this is a good play by them. The money situation cannot be great for either team because they keep trading rounds over and over and over again. So this may help them get a little bit more as they go through here.
I mean, you also see the ultimates up on the board, right? You need to have... You can't be going dry in towards the next couple rounds when the literal series is going to be on the line. 2 very big ultimates with that KJ ultimate up on the board for Radford. It's going to be their double digits, their round 10. And honestly, I love investing the jet knives there. It isn't too much of an issue because you have the economy to back it up. So you use one ultimate, you take the 10th round. And now here for BNS, you see the save definitely helping out.
Yeah, that save is helping out. They're going to try and buy up around it. Miro was able to buy a rifle into the round. 2-Bit will be able to buy a Guardian with lights. But Bryant and Strat College are really hoping to win this round right here. Get to 12. Get their economy together to make sure they have the ability to get to 13. If they lose this round here, they're up against, on a full eco, up against the 11th round in the game. It was really difficult for BNS to win anything the second they do that.
The other problem is they've got no ultimates. So this Killjoy utility is going to be huge. It's going to be switched up this time around, not in that cubby by the door switch. So a little bit more towards the steps in towards the B site. But we'll also see it's going to be some extra little bit here towards mid. So they'll know where they're going. And Radford, once again, just playing with the patience.
Our cover will drop. Just slowly.
Deploying drone.
Radford University working their way up towards tree, up catwalk. Hasn't spotted anything yet. Will have heard Milano. Won't have seen him, though.
Blocking sight.
Don't know who they've heard, to be completely honest. And now number 2, retreating with the rest of his team. And it looks like it's going to end up being a B play. Just one player here. And Killjoy lockdown goes through. They should have an exact knowledge of where they're going at this point.
Bomb grenade out.
Hopefully.
Turret down.
So I do believe that Sova can stay in the back. Zoinks can stay in the back corner if he was able to get there. He wasn't. Death to Zoinks. Insanity takes him out. Number 2's got another one and another one. Falth
Spike planted.
takes the jet down, but the spike has gone down, and Radford University trying to push this game over. They get to 11. Bryant, Strat, and College will have no weaponry once they've gotten there. Falth needs to try and be a hero here for a moment. Wants to try and take down the last player alive in Tenedy, but doesn't see him. Runs away. Thinks he's not there.
Last player standing.
Shu takes Miro down. Tenedy comes back around, takes Falf down, and the economy is so broken now for Bryant and Stratton.
They had that save, but yeah, not able to win this round really does hurt. They had so many good positions there in the round, but once again, not being able to check the B main. I don't know. I feel like the lockdown, like you said, you could have had the player in Boathouse just get towards that little bit of corner that was still in, and it's going to be investing what you can here. It is either back-to-back rounds for one of these two teams to win the series, or we could be looking at overtime.
I think it
Revealing
right now, the
area.
way this is pointing out seems to be in favor of Radford. They have
Yeah.
better weaponry across the entire team. Their attack has been fine. It's been good enough that if you have better weapons, you should be winning rounds. Zoinks is going to be the first one tested against Shu here. This Killjoy and Jet duo trying to come through. Won't get anything. Shu will grab Zoinks early. Radford advantage.
They've got those two ultimates in the back pocket. They get the first kill, and the pings towards Catwalk just to kind of clear everything out with the smoke as well, just to take a little bit more space. They got to be careful to not run out of time here. This is a round, if you're Radford, you cannot lose.
Number 2, just looking to start walking up. There's only one player on the B site, and it's Falf. That's it. Falf is the only one here. They do have players starting to rotate in. Milano will be in back defense.
Off your feet!
Rolling Thunder getting used right now from the breach.
30 seconds
Number 2
left.
up and over. Will
Enemy
take
kill.
Falf down quickly. KO Knife comes down to try and stop any of it, but the damage has already been done. And Milano can't get away. Just 14 health now, sitting inside of a Killjoy Molotov.
Flash.
Spike
Flash comes out
planted.
through. They have to do something egregious here. They have to do something unexpected. But Insanity
One
is sitting
enemy
right in
remaining.
the cubby. Just Miro, only one left, and they know where he is. Looking for the TP. Think better about it. Fake TP was used. Real TP used now. What is Miro to do here? A Bucky in a 1v4. Radford University almost guaranteed map and match point here.
Just get some exits, maybe?
Oh,
Get one exit.
Cover
We'll
going
be able to
out.
pick up one rifle. Just the one. What can Bryant and Stratton College buy around this? It could be real
Match
weapons.
point.
It's going to
see
have to
that.
be whatever they've got.
Yeah, I mean, every
get a-
single penny,
Can
every
we get a
clam.
scoreboard hold? Can we get a scoreboard hold to just check on the economy here? So it will be full buy-in here.
Yep.
They'll
They
have
don't
everything.
shields. For
They don't have
everybody.
all the shields. But it'll be everything they can. And from what I can see, Falf may not have full utility,
will rip
and
the
Milano may
light
not have
from
full
them.
utility, but everyone else should.
I will say, though, for Milano, one away from that ultimate. If they could get the KO ultimate online here, that could be the thing that does send us to a tie.
From the Shadows is available as well for the Radford Omen. It's a big ultimate. It means they can take as much time as they need, use it, jump onto a site, grab what they need to. Aftershock will be used. Won't catch anyone or anything.
Oh,
Number 2 just
Not really.
slow now.
not really taking any really space, though.
No, they're not. Detected presence from that KO knife to start. Just 45 seconds left in this round, right? There is from the Shadows. It can be used here. But they're going to need to get some space in order to begin to think about using it, right? 35 seconds, and it looks like they're going towards B. That's where they're thinking. At least Milano's got the kill onto number 2, though. An
30
advantage
seconds
in
left.
Brian Stratton's favor. Insandy's got to get one here. Shu goes down. Insandy does get Falf. Trades across the board. One player advantage
20.
for Brian Stratton. Just 20 seconds left. From the Shadows will be used into the back of the A
Teleport
site,
stopped.
but he will get stopped. Just 12 seconds left. He's going to try and sprint it
10
onto B.
seconds left.
Insanity's got one. Miro's still alive, and just 2 left for
Last
Radford
player
University.
standing.
And the bomb goes down. The
Spike
spike
down,
is not
B.
there anymore. Tenati doesn't even have an ability to win the round. We're going to overtime.
Just a little bit too patient, man. Not able to take the
Switching
fakes.
sides.
The fake didn't work
Overtime.
out, and Bryant and Stratton just able to get it done after holding the positions, able to get that ultimate online. The pick onto the Jet, I feel like in mid, was so massive, but man, we get to reset the economy. We get to reset things here in overtime number 1.
I don't like the way he said number 1 there.
No comment, no comment.
In overtime. We're just
Yeah,
in
in
overtime.
overtime.
That's all it says.
Yeah.
We're just in overtime. Both teams have full weaponry. The best they're going to get. Odin for Tenedy.
Right here.
31 frags for number 2, by the way. Making sure that it's been the number 2 show.
Revealing area.
Heal will go through. Knows someone's there. Fall whoop. Back up quick.
One way.
Is a one-way. Could be used by both sides. Will go down. Flash goes through. 1 for Miro. The best he was going to hope for there. Zoe grabs another one as well. That's the best you were going to hope for there if you are Bryant and Stratton. 3 swing and you kill 2 of them. Valve's able to take Insanity down. This is going very well in the favor of Bryant and Stratton right now to start. Door will get shot down before it even falls. Shock Dart gonna try,
Spike
gonna
planted.
think about it. Odin may be good to shoot through walls, but it may not be that good for this retake.
I cannot use that.
Come bolt.
Scanning ahead.
Will get used early. Try and spot anything. Doesn't see anything. 2 players under. 1 player in main. 1 player under spotted. Main player spotted. They still don't know that there's 2 under
Last
though.
player standing.
2-bit goes down. Falf takes Tenati.
You
And that's
should
the
run.
first time that Bryant and Stratton have had a lead in a while. It's been the Radford
Switching
show for
sides.
the last bit of that half.
Match point.
Bryant and Stratton starting to come back now, starting to make sure that they can get their title hopes continued. Make sure that they have a date against Columbia College in a week.
And they're going to buy the operator to try and seal the deal for Radford. It is a must-win round. And honestly, for how many times they've been able to rely on Insanity in that wine cellar position, was unable to capitalize. It's overtime match point for BNS.
2-bit has no armor here. That's what you do when you have the operator in overtime. There's no armor around. Number 2 jumps in, can't get all the way over though, and stuck now in some nano swarms. Valve is down to just 10 HP or so. Stuck in a corner, can't move much. And so quickly, Radford University have the site. The question is, what does the retake here for Bryant and Stratton look like? Arfie's got 1 already to take 2-bit away. Milano does take number 2 down. That's the top frag. Miro's got another one onto Tenedy.
That's done.
Shoe grabs to Miro, but there is such low health player on BNS.
One
Vault
enemy
does get
remaining.
taken down. And Arfie's got 3 in the round. Milano's the last one alive. He cannot do anything about it. We go to
You should
OT2.
run.
I love how quick the decision was. For as
Switching
much as
sides.
we've been on Radford
Overtime.
all day long about their quickness in towards these sites, they're able to go so quick, so fast. The smokes were precise, and the shots were even better. Overtime number 2, we switch sides once again, and that operator purchase actually didn't work out for BNS.
It's slow. That's what they need to do. They just need to be continuously slow right here.
Scanning ahead.
Bolt will get used. They will spot a couple. Won't be able to actually spray and get any of them.
And there's no tie. This is not ranked, unfortunately.
There's no vote to draw.
No. Be fun, but
I don't know if fun is really the word you
rock
you
paper
want to
scissors.
use.
Come on,
Rock, paper, scissors.
coin flip.
You're just gonna play rock paper scissors, man. That's all it is.
Pro rock paper scissors league.
Yo, I'm here for it. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Time's gone, man.
There's not much.
Blocking sight.
Quickly, Tennedy grabs that
30
kill onto
seconds
2-bet.
left.
It's the only start in this round. It's the only helpful bit to Radford University. Just 20 seconds left. Bryant and Strat need to go and do something. They're coming through market. Ball found Insanity, but Insanity's still going to try and do work. He does get zoinked still.
down,
Miro's
B.
got 2 onto the site. It's not going to be easy to just get into the site and plant, though. 5 seconds left. The spike just starts going down now. Is there enough time?
Spike planted.
By
Barely.
barely. Kennedy's got 1, and so quickly this benefit for Radford has turned into a liability. So 2-on-2, low health. There's
Revealing
Odin.
area.
But Odin has not been great in trying to keep any of this done. We'll try and spam through the wall a little bit. We'll try and grab
One
Miro.
enemy remaining.
Headshot quick. We'll take it. 4 health. Falf walks through. Second Falf is there. This is brutal now for Falf to try and play. Offrey will clutch the first round for Radford University. Tenetti just on 4 health.
Oh. The win massive. Hunter's Fury. Everybody starts 3 ultimate orbs away from their ultimate in overtime.
Switching
So,
sides.
you know, they went crazy.
point.
So for Radford, the retake was nice. Back-to-back rounds for them to keep themselves alive in the first overtime. And now a chance to win it here in the second overtime for BNS. It's a must-win. No op this time around. They are playing on the defensive side, so possibly have that little bit of an advantage. We'll see
Right
if
here.
Radford can play quick again.
Revealing area.
All right, we'll go through first. Recon Bolt has been destroyed. Number 2 will need to use the dash just to get through. We'll spot that Milano is sitting
See ya.
in market, and we'll get the kill on Milano. Falf is not long for this world right now, as it seems, with no health and a flashed head. Sandy's got that kill there. Quickly, so quickly, it's a 5-on-3 in favor of Radford.
The map.
This is disgusting.
It's an A plant.
It's an A plant.
Oh.
One enemy
No.
remaining.
Oh. And it's all left on Zoinks here. It's the last person.
Not ready yet. Scanning
Recon
ahead.
Bolt goes up. They know where he is. You spawn anything with it? No. Aftershock, flash, smoke, every single thing on top of them. Offrey grabs the kill.
Attackers
Radford
win.
University wait out the Bryant and Staten College Storm and will be playing against Columbia College next week in their match against the 1 seed, the undefeated Columbia College 1 seed.
It's not as fun to look towards the future and see
No.
that matchup, but you know, a win's a win today. You expand yourself a little bit further into the playoffs. We talk about you have that double life. You're so specifically for BNS. You're not eliminated from the tournament, but more importantly for Radford, you've earned yourself a little bit further in towards that lower bracket if you do happen to lose on that next week. But we were on them the whole game. It felt like about going quick, making creative decisions on where to go on the sites. And they proved us absolutely wrong in overtime and changed their mentality after going into it.
It feels like the game was always within Brian and Stratton's grasp. They just couldn't get all the way there. Just like, let's be clear. At the very beginning of the night, we were asked, "How is everything going okay?" And I responded, "Not for Radford," and took a screenshot. Then it was 5-11 in the first map. Brian and Stratton won that map 13-6. And they fought their way back in the second map to win 13-8. And that was on the Radford fought their way back in the second map to win on Brian and Stratton's pick. And then in this last map, go to double overtime to win 15-13.
Crazy. And that last half as well, like they were kind of getting killed on the comeback and were still able to battle back, man. Just some strong mentality over there.
An insane 34 frags from number 2, by the way. An insane thing.
Yeah.
We are going to jump to a quick break. We will be back after the break with an interview from one of the players from the winning team. Don't go anywhere. thing, Tennedy, you guys lost the first map with a pretty bigger, a larger margin there, and you guys ended up coming back in the second map, winning 13-8, and then in this third map, it going the distance and more. How did it coming back from that first map kind of work for you guys as a team?
Yeah, honestly, it was kind of a impromptu for us today. So like when we came in, a lot of us were a little scrambled, but we kind of just woke up on that first map, and then when it came to the second map, we kind of were all just like dialed in at that point, and we kind of knew what we had to do to win, and we kind of just stepped it up from that point on for the last two maps.
Yeah.
We started
I mean,
communicating a lot better too.
yeah. I mean, tell me a little bit about that communication. Do you have somebody that in those timeouts or specifically in those moments going into overtime that is the leading voice to kind of guide your team?
Yeah, Shatter's our goat. He's our best coach we've had. He's amazing. He has great timeouts all the time.
How,
He
how
keeps
many
us locked
coach
in.
how many coaches have you had that you're willing to say he's the best coach you've had?
I can't disclose that.
Okay,
Ooh,
understandable.
okay. Yeah. I mean, tell me about, I mean, this next week. I mean, we talk about this win's awesome. You get the 2-1 victory. You are going to be playing Columbia College, who is the #1 seed. Are you guys taking the weekend off? Are you slamming some VOD review? Tell me what it's going to be.
Probably a mix of both. Try to keep a good balance. Stay dialed in, stay on the course, but still have a good time. Like, so we're all still kind of young, so we're trying to still get lit on the weekends.
Yeah.
Can we pull up the bracket for a minute? I'm not sure if you're watching the.
Like everybody's gotten really good. It's really good competition, and it kind of pushes us to play the best we can. And I've enjoyed it. Like everybody's been really good. A lot of close games, and I feel like everybody's just getting better as we play.
Do you have any upset predictions through here? Or
Ooh.
you guys confident against Columbia College? I know you've played them already this season.
We always stay confident every game. We feel like we go in as a five. If we're locked in, we can beat anybody. So I feel like it'll be a fun game. I'm excited also to see the HU PSU game too.
All right, and then one more thing for you. You've got a bunch of people watching at home, bunch of people possibly with you where you are. You have anything you want to say to the people watching at home, the people who have followed you through the season so far and are starting to watch in this playoff run?
Shout out to everybody that's watching. Appreciate you. Shout out to fam. Shout out all the gang that's been watching it from Knocked. You guys are real ones. Been there the whole time, and just appreciate all of you guys that are showing support and love.
All right. Well, thank you, Tennedy, and thank you everyone for watching tonight. That's going to be it for us tonight on the broadcast. I've been Mechatronic. Llama has been with me. Production by Honesty. General help by Mac Dewey, and observing by Chelly. We'll be back again tomorrow night with Super Smash Brothers crew battles. Have a nice night, everyone.